We're live. G'day everyone. How are we all? Hopefully everything's working this time. We don't have any double up audio or anything funny like that. How are we all going? Got enough kits? Oh, hang on. Probably should go back to the top of the chat. We'll let it fill up a little bit more. I hope everyone is enjoying their Thursday evening here in sunny Melbourne. It's not amazing. It's pretty good though. It's cold. It's wet, as it would be. How are we all doing? Where's everyone from? I see we've got some people from WA. I'll get through the comments in a second. I'll just let the stream catch up. It should be up and running about now. Trying to make this work a bit better in terms of seeing where things are at and everything like that. Hey, Will. All right. Let's get into some comments. Well, actually, no, first. Thank you, everyone who did tune in last week and had a look at the screen. Everyone who came in last week and checked out the video. I actually can't believe how many people watched it. That's wild. And of course, this week, the channel did officially hit 13,000 subscribers. So thanks to each and every one of you who has watched a video, subscribed, checked everything out, has supported the channel. It means a lot, and it gives me a lot of motivation to keep going. And of course, make it all happen. So just from the top, Phil's camping reviews. Good evening, all. Good evening, Phil. Hope you're well. Who have we got? We've got Bees Railway. Hi, Will James. Back again. Thank you so much for joining us once again. We've got Zek. G'day, Will. Have you checked under your house for a massive layout? Never know. There might be something hiding there ready to pounce when you least expect it. For those of you who haven't seen it, there was a house in Melbourne. Oh, I don't know how you couldn't have. I've been tagged in it so many times and sent it so many times from work. There's a man who moved into a house and found a model railway under it. Looks like an American layout. He reckons it's a few years old, judging by the pictures of it. It looks like it. I mean, if you really want, I've hopefully set up screen sharing correctly on this this time. It'll be a bit fiddly because I still don't have a desk to switch between them, but I'll be able to hopefully do that kind of thing if we need it. Maybe I'll finish tonight. Maybe. I guess we will see. I mean, I can't believe last week's stream went for 3 hours and I didn't get it finished. Once again, it's not a race. We're here for a chat, here for something to do, have a talk about what's going on in model railways, big railways, everything in between, which is all good. K-Class Productions, another 3 hours of chatting. Should be enough to get through it, right? Dunno. Geordie's Railways, evening, Will. Hello, Geordie. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Sharky, congratulations on hitting 13,000 submarines. Thank you so much. Means a lot. And a big shout out to AMRA Victoria, who are having a meeting tonight at the club room they're working on the AMRA exhibition, which of course I hope to see lots of you at the showgrounds on the 2nd and 3rd of August. So a month away, exactly a month away, we have the showgrounds exhibition. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there with my trade stand, as well as that we'll be there with Fremo 9. So lots to do in a very short amount of time. And especially for those guys, they do such a good job and put in so much work and put on a stellar exhibition. Andrew, good evening from WA. More like good afternoon. Yes, thank you, Andrew. Thanks for coming along all the way from Western Australia. Yes, Matthew, I will probably need 3 parts at this rate. Stefan also saying, Stephen, also 3 parts. Geordie, bring on 3 parts. Oh, yeah, okay. So you're all pretty in agreement that it's going to be a 3-parter. I don't know. I'm hoping I get this done this week, because I think one of the things I would like to put out there is, what would people like to see me do? Do you want to see more kit building, where I just have a chat and we build something and things like that? Or I'm personally leaning into, I could do a walkthrough of like old photo albums from trips, things like that. I could do game streaming. Now, I don't currently have any games on my computer, and it's been a long time since I've properly played any of them. So I used to have trains, and I've had Microsoft Train Simulator in the past, like many, many years ago. But I know that there's Derail Valley, and there's that American Narrow Gauge one that I can't remember its name off the top of my head. But if that's something you'd like to see, we can just download one of those and go for a drive and have a chat. Could be fun. Or I know they got multiplayer on some of those games, so that could also be fun. Or chaotic. Who knows? All right. It would be cool if I did a live stream every Thursday or Friday. Well, look, at this point, I'm pretty keen to. Like, a Thursday night for me is a pretty non-eventful night. I mean, I finish work, I come home, you know, I normally do nothing. Well, not nothing, I usually just work on things. But, you know, I got a lot of enjoyment out of last week, and going off the comments and the views and everything like that, it sounds like a lot of you did too. So, I mean, if a weekly or bi-weekly thing is something I can do, I'm more than happy to facilitate doing this if that's something everyone wants to see. Trains, yeah, nice. Another Q&A. Well, Andrew, this is pretty much a Q&A. Like, you're free to ask pretty much whatever you want within, you know, obviously reason. But if you have questions about, I don't know, my opinions on things, or, you know, you want to ask other people things, feel free to. I'm more than happy to discuss things. I've got enough kits. Matthew says he's got enough kits here to build one a night for the next 12 months. Yeah, I think we're all guilty of having the old pile of shame. I know I certainly am. I got brought up earlier today with some friends. It's forever growing, but you know, a lot of these niche kits, especially, like I've got some Outback models. Hang on, one sec. Luckily, the pile is right behind me. This is one I've always wanted to get, and I picked it up at the Kyneton show. I don't model O-scale. I have nothing in O-scale, but I really wanted this building, and I don't know why. It's not even a post office that is like one from a town I've lived in or anything like that. I just thought it was a really neat kit. And yeah, John at Outback Models, formerly Outback Models, he's now restarted under another name. He does fantastic kits, and I didn't want to let this one get away. So I got it. And yeah, that's one in the pile of shame that I'm keen to build one day. It's a bit more advanced than the old Metcalf kit. But yeah, that's a really nice one. And yeah, but apart from that, I mean, I've got heaps of stuff back here. Like, I got given from work like a sample of a Gundam. Like, I don't know anything about Gundam, but I've got it. I know they're space robots. That's about as much as I've got. And if you call them Transformers, it's like when people say toy trains instead of model trains. I mean, I've even got a full Star Wars Legion here, unopened, that I bought that I really want to paint, but I haven't. So the pile of shame, not just what's here, there's a lot of Steam era kits in there. There's a bunch of, yeah, other figures I've got to paint and things like that. So, yeah, lots of kits. We're all guilty of that. So, what else we got? The screen is the correct way round. Thank you for noticing. Jay, hello. Hello, Jay. Is that Will James from Will James Railways? Yes, it is Lachlan Rail. I assume that's Loch Rail from the Thomas the Tank Engine channel that I like to show all of my friends. Sunny at 7 p.m. in winter. Oh, I don't know about that. Jack says, good evening. Good evening, Jack. Thanks for jumping in the stream. It's mostly dry in New South Wales. Oh, yeah. What's my opinion on Melton? Well, I don't know why it was... Okay, here's my opinion on Melton. It's somewhere to live. I'm sure a lot of people enjoy living there. I wish for them that they had electrified metropolitan service. If they are now part of Melbourne or Greater Melbourne, much like Sunbury is, they should have an electrified, system. It should be electrified to Melton. No, it should be electrified to Bacchus Marsh, frankly, or all the way to Ballarat. But that's a whole nother thing. What do we got? Hey, Will, how's it going? Foster, it's going fantastic. It's been, another normal week at work. Tomorrow I'm at Hearn's Hobbies, if you want to catch me in there from 10. Apart from that, the A2s have arrived. I haven't been into work yet. I've been at my other job. I'm keen to see them, see what's going on. Oregon, oh my goodness. Russ is rocking O and HO trains and stuff. It is 2 a.m. in Oregon. Good morning. And thank you so much for jumping in the live stream. That's unreal. That's huge that someone from the States is watching this at a pretty early hour of the morning. The X-Wing, hi Will. Hello, how are you? Congrats on 13K. Thank you so much, Andrew. That I can't believe we got to this stage. I can't wait to see where we go. Michael has said it's very cold here in Perth. Victorian Steam, my man, made it here in time. Congrats on the 13K. Thank you so much. If you haven't checked out Victorian Steam's channel, check it out now. David, hi mate. G'day David. Looking forward to seeing you up in New South Wales a bit later in the year. It's cold in Perth. Apparently it's cold in Perth. I've never been to Perth. Always mean to, but always imagine it being quite warm. Who has a basement? Most have sheds or a model train room. That's true, Matthew. Like, I mean, in Australia, I mean, for those watching overseas, Australians, we don't generally tend to have basements, but that guy did, and it's full of trains. So I guess that's probably why you wouldn't look. I mean, don't think I've looked under this house. I mean, there is a crawl space, but I mean, what am I going to see? I know it's just stumps. But I guess that's why you check. I'm not complaining about the... No, it's all good. Vic Rails, hello all, hello. Will James, would you be a volunteer or chase team? So the question is, would you be a volunteer or chase Steam Rail Victoria's day trip to Castlemaine? I'll be on board. I've got tickets on the one that is next weekend, which I'm very much looking forward to. It's on Saturday. It's sold out. There is another one for September, I think they announced, which is great. That's a good little day trip. Nice and easy to get around. I fully plan to actually make a video on that. I have got the script pretty much ready, so I am more prepared to make trip videos. So once again, that's all part of coming back, is getting the trip ones back. Speaking of which, I'm just going to segue off for a second. If you didn't see today and you live in Melbourne or Victoria, perhaps you're planning on coming to Melbourne, Steam Rail Victoria announced their Bairnsdale trip. It's with the A2 and A66. I think that's what was slated for it. Pretty good. Last year was both R classes. Fantastic day out. It's a long trip. I think it leaves at like 7 a.m. and gets back at 10 p.m. and it's on a Sunday. But it was thoroughly worth it last year. That we had a fantastic day. We immediately, me and some friends have already booked it for that day and really, really looking forward to it. I'm pretty keen to make that video because I kind of stuffed it up last year and I didn't end up releasing it. But this year, I've got a pretty good plan. So far. Really keen. That Bairnsdale trip, it's going to be sick. Hey, Will, I know it's a long shot, but can I please have the kit you are currently building? Mate, this is my kit. If you are after one of these kits, Hearns Hobby sell them. Come on down, do a good price. Hey, Will, how's your week been so far? It's been excellent, Corey. It's even better that I am back here with all of you, having a watch, that you're watching and having a chat. It's great. I can't believe last week went so well, so I'm back again, and hopefully now this becomes a, more common thing. Sam, hi there. Hello, Sam. How are you? What have you been out chasing lately? Lockrail, here we go. Show us your Linda. Okay. Here is Linda. This is Linda. Linda is a mainline Hunslet. Linda, she belongs on the Festiniog and Welsh Highlands Railway. Linda is a fantastic locomotive, possibly one of the best locomotives ever. And of course, her sister Blanche, and has a brother, Charles, but no one likes Charles. Hopefully later this year, we'll be seeing Linda up close. I've actually never seen Linda in the flesh. I've only seen Blanche when I went to Festiniog in 2019. That was the loco that was running with, I keep mispronouncing when I say Taliesin. I kept calling it Talisman, like Talisman. It's a single fairly. Pretty keen. Anyway, that's Linda. I have green Linda. Here we go. 100% I'll be at the exhibition. Looking forward to seeing you at the exhibition. Looking forward to seeing a lot of you. Budgie, part 5 when? I don't know. At this rate, could happen. 4 parts. Oh my. I'm so glad you guys have got so much faith in me. And you know that I love a chat. So it's pretty good. Ooh, that's a good question. Can we have another train spotting video? Yes, you can. Later this year, Goulburn is coming up. I booked in my accommodation and leave for the Goulburn exhibition and got approved to film the Goulburn exhibition. So I will be at the Goulburn exhibition on the Saturday. On the Sunday, I'm going to make a train spotting video, which I've already started writing as well. I'm not going to tell you where it's going to be, but it'll be on the main south. That's pretty easy. So there'll be a few videos come out of that weekend. One of them will be chasing trains, which is my favorite video to make. That is still like always my favorite because it's always, even if I go to the same places, it's always something different. You know, and you see different things. But then, yeah, I want to do a day of train spotting on the main south. So I did one previously at Moss Vale, which is still one of my favourite places for train spotting, mainly because you have the line that comes out of Port Kembla intersects with the main south, and you also have the cement works there, which, yeah, I think as an area to model would be fantastic, but you would need such a big space. And of course, like, how the trains come in and out of Moss Vale, not just the freight trains, the commuter trains as well, and then you end up with, yeah, oh, I love that area. So yes, there will be a train spotting video coming soon. I do want to do another one where I do one around Melbourne. It'll all happen. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's all coming back. I'm back in the swing of things and back to a good place, and I'm keen to bring those videos, bring them out. I'd love to see more chats and kit builds. Thank you so much, Andrew. I think a lot of people agree, and so do I. Like this whole sitting down, just having a chat. There's a Roblox game called SCR and British Railway. Cool. I'll have a sus. Maybe. Yeah. So Phil said a good one. Maybe a live stream on maintenance for your trains. Yeah, something I can definitely do. Love to see some more kit building. Yeah, so would I. I probably should start some kit building, but I said to myself I'd get through these these comments first. Microsoft Train Simulator. Genuinely, do you remember the Team Alco Aussie models? Oh, no, I don't. Sorry, Matt. I do not remember them. Are you better than Sam's trains? Sam is killing it. Like, I don't really like Sam's video formula. But that's okay. He is clearly doing something right. He has over 100,000 subscribers, and I love to see success, especially in an industry like this. And good on him. He's found a niche and his character, and it works for him, and his followers love it. So love him or hate him, he is, in a way, helping promote this hobby quite well. And he's consistent. Like, the amount of videos he puts out is wild. Like, the amount of time that must take him, like, that's more than a full-time job. I don't personally watch him. It's not really my cup of tea. Taradale is making the trip down from Amra, working with Jamie on some additions to the presentation layout. Fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that layout will be at the Amra exhibition. It is a fantastic layout. For those who haven't seen it, it is well worth making the trip just to see that layout. It is one of my favourites. It is, a great tribute to the builder, Gavin, who sadly passed away earlier this year, and it is a work of art. If you haven't seen it, it has been in a couple of my previous videos. It's in the Shepparton video and a Bendigo video, and it is beautiful, and I'm really glad that it's going to be there. Be interesting to see your opinion on videos that are up about the Metro Tunnel. Yeah, Metro Tunnel's interesting. I'm pretty keen for it to open. I hope that it does alleviate quite a bit of traffic off the rest of the network, and we get get a few things happening. But yeah, I'm keen to go down there. If anyone knows anyone at Metro who can get me down there, I would be super keen to take a look around. Although I'm sure a lot of people would be too. SteamRail added some more tours. Yes, they did, Sam. Some wonderful tours have been announced. A few regulars, obviously the Eureka Express is back. Another Castlemaine job is back open. I'm keen. I'm keen for some really good trips, like I was saying earlier. Very keen for the Bairnsdale trip. Bought my ticket straight away. Super keen on that one. How does everyone feel about the retirement of the Queensland EMU, Electrical Multiple Unit? I think those EMUs have got quite a bit of character. I hope that at least one set goes into preservation. It's been a long time since I've been to Queensland, let alone ridden, nay, seen one of those. I guess yeah, that's a bit sad, but progress, unfortunately these older trains with, the last trains with any form of character are going to be phased out. There are, of course, a number of preservation organisations throughout Australia that you can support financially, you can support them physically. That's really the best way you'll see change and things like that, or preserve a set or preserve these kind of things. So, if you want to see these things saved, there's ways to do it. I painted those kits today. I'm not sure what kits you painted, but thanks. A good job. Kind of shocked about the EMUs retiring. Nah. Do you think the Fremo 9 has... How do you think Fremo 9 has gone so far? Way bigger than we thought it was going to be. It's only growing bigger. There are a bunch of people bought end plates this week, which means there are more modules, in the pipeline. The amount of end plates that we've sold is a lot. I could probably crunch the numbers, but I'm not going to right now. It's a lot. Like, if everyone was to have built something, it's going to be even bigger than it currently is, and it's already, over 100 meters long, I think, at the longest running session. So, very keen to see where it goes. We're very excited, a little bit nervous, but it's good. It's exciting. Ooh. All right. The pile of shame is right. Absolutely. I picked up an old Roundhouse kit last week for $5. That's pretty good. Not bad. Space robots on a layout? Nah, wrong scale. I think the space robots are I think you'd have to have T scale trains. Someone asked about it in the shop the other day. They wanted to combine it. And I'm like, man, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, by putting N scale or T or something like that. Not T. Yeah, T. Z. It doesn't matter. Too small for me. Any Warhammer? I actually don't have any Warhammer. I always wanted to get into it. I kind of liked the idea. I like the lore, the whole Horus Heresy and all the space aspects. It is I'm about to say it's an expensive thing, but we're into trains, which is even more expensive. So, yeah, Warhammer. It's always got a soft spot for it. Always keen on it, but just haven't done it, and I probably won't. I've got enough hobbies. I like everything with model railways except the trains. Is that weird? I just like the scenery and miniature building. Paula, that's quite common. There are a lot of people who are like you, or who have the same opinion. You don't have to like trains. It's a hobby that has, especially model railways, is a hobby that has quite a lot of facets. I mean, there's a club, which I can't remember its name, but if Floyd Bromley is in the chat, he will no doubt tell us. They have a layout, it's in an old station somewhere, that has no scenery and is all, they don't care about what rolling stock, locomotives, anything like that. They just do it for waybill. So they do running sessions to timetable. That's what some people are really into. Some people are really into the electrics. Some people are really into woodwork. Some people like yourself are really into diorama building. And that's fantastic. It's a hobby that is all-encompassing of so many different aspects, and history and things like that. So, yeah, you're not weird. If anything, that's a great thing to be interested in. It's a great skill to have and want to learn more in. Corey is detailing his Amory, New South Wales suburban station. Fantastic. We look forward to seeing it on East Metcalfe, I think you've called it. Or Metcalfe. You'll tell me in the comments, I'm sure. Maybe more Star Wars in Victorian layouts. Oh, yeah. Rowan, is that Will James? Oh, terrible. Pretty cold here in Ararat. I can only believe it. Gavin, I live in Melton. Shout out, Gavin. How are you? Bacchus Marsh, Kyneton should be electrified now. Yeah, absolutely they should. Geelong as well. There you go. We should have a line to the airport too, but that's still not happening. Congratulations on 13K. Thank you so much. Oh, K-Class Productions. I enjoyed your latest news video. Thank you so much. Can't wait for the A2s. Well, wait no longer. They're available. All the hobby stores and model train stores seem to have received theirs now. So if you are after them, head down to your local. Oh, here's a curse. First name James or Will? My name is Will. My surname is James. It is a curse having two first names. First name is a last name. I've gone, the one that always got me was in like school, was they'd be reading the roll and then they'd read mine around the wrong way. And I'm like, come on now. No, it's Will. My name is Will, not James. My surname is James. Ixin is saying that 300 of the A2 models have the wrong wheels. How does that happen? I don't know. I'm not going to comment on it. I don't know. Odd. The Brits have lofts. Yes, they do. But, oh, man, that would suck so much. Like, you watch, like, Double O'Neill, Tris, and some of the, Everard Junction and New Junction when he was in his loft. I couldn't do it. It's in the A-frame of the roof, and I can imagine how hot it gets up there too. Even for England, I think at the moment it's about in the 30s. Like, that'd just be cooking. Corey, looking forward to seeing the progress on your Metcalf kit. If it's anything like last week, it's going to be an hour before I get into it again, which I'm so glad that everyone's in here for a chat and in here for a good time. But the kit seems to come second fiddle to it. Trains up the track. Hey, Will, hello. Trains up the track. Leroy, how are you? I'm fantastic. I am stoked that everyone is here and that we're up for another chat and a little bit of a poke around with the kit. The Lone Rail Rider. I know down towards Mornington there's a guy who has one set up in his basement. Had a fairly big well knowledge throughout the town about. So that everyone in the town knew. Never seen it personally. Couldn't tell you either. I know there's a lot of layouts out there that we will never see the light of. Well, probably will never see the light of day. I kind of mentioned it the other week with like how many NRs have ever been produced between Oztrains, Acision, Oztrains Neo, and SDS, and all right, at a limb like the Franceschi ones. I mean, they're the idea of an NR. They're not really an NR, but like that's got to be in like the thousands and thousands and thousands. And like, how many NRs do you need? So, how many people out there that we just have no idea about who have layouts that aren't on social media or don't talk about it? I dare say there must be a lot of layouts out there that we don't know about. I have a man cave, been procrastinating. Look, I mean, procrastination is the big one, but you get there. Sharky the Gunzel, will you split the G with me in Bairnsdale? Absolutely, I will. Love a Guinness. Always up to play a bit of extreme sports, and splitting the G is one of my favourites. Will you come to Albury next? I assume you mean when will I come to Albury next? Don't know. At some point. I go through there, obviously, to New South Wales. As for a weekend up there, I don't know. Maybe the exhibition next year, or if another tour comes down. I was there earlier in the year, in summer. Me and some friends came up for the rail motor tours, the LVR ones, and we chased them around and got cooked in the sun, and it was nice. It was good weekend, but geez, it was hot. What's my favourite Chapel Roan song? Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club is a pretty good choice. I'll go with Pink Pony Club. You and I both know that's the best one. Yes, love the trip reports. Thank you. Hopefully, like I said, planning on making them come back. I've got to script them. Can't really do them off the cuff. That's what I've realised. Here we go. Live, laugh, Linda. Linda, hi, Linda. Linda, let's go. Ranch Blanche, love you, Linda. No one likes Charles. All of those comments are correct. No one likes Charles. I can't believe I'm not the top fans. All this time. Thanks, Rowan. All these years of you asking, is that Will James? You're still not the top fans. You got to keep trying, brother. Gavin, always wanted to do Festiniog. It is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. If you can get there, it's an amazing place. What are the dates for Goulburn? They are the 30th and 31st. Sorry, I have a calendar, like a physical calendar over here. 30th and 31st of August is at the sports complex, just across from the Roundhouse. It's the same place as last year. If you want to check out that video after this, or during this, I mean, it's up to you. It goes for about an hour, I think. It was a fantastic exhibition, and I can't wait to be back. What do we got? Obviously, there's been nothing confirmed or planned at this stage, but do you think, given all the current releases of VR Steam, we will be getting some form of tank engine? Yeah, sure. I mean, I think an E-Class would be good. I mean, Sunshine had one, Sunshine Tractors. I'm probably calling them the wrong name now that I've said that out loud. The Harvester factory at Sunshine had an E, and I get a feeling that was, please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong with this, had the last one in working service, or maybe there was one at Newport. But yeah, I'm all for a tank engine. I'm all for a tank engine going into preservation, like active preservation. That would be fantastic to see. But I think it's wishful thinking. Will, if you're in the June area, anytime, I'd love to catch up and show you a bit of hospitality. Thank you, Matt. Would love to take you up on that offer. June is a fantastic place. Love going to June. Fogarty Avenue, shout out Les. We all love trains, and that's okay. That's right. We all love we all like different aspects of trains, and that's the important thing. I want to go train spotting with you. Yeah, I know a place near Yass Junction that's good. Is it Yass Junction? Yeah, I keep there is I do want to do meetups. I think that could be fun. There's a few places. This is the tricky part. I keep thinking somewhere like the Richmond Hotel would be a fantastic place to do like a catch up, and like you can have a beer and you can watch trains. However, I do know that I have a lot of younger fans, and that's obviously not the most child friendly or sub 18 or young adult friendly activity. So I'm sure we'll work something out at some point on meetups for like train spotting days and things like that. Something I'd love to do is just get to meet everyone, and we can all just hang out, talk trains, watch trains. Just got to find the right time and place. What else we got? Good grief. Why did you not come to the Adelaide Model Railway Show? I forgot it was on, was probably the biggest one. I took shifts at work not realising that it was the same weekend as the King's birthday, long weekend. Work took priority, and I will hopefully get over to Adelaide, if not later this year. I would love to come over for the modelling the Railways of South Australian convention, because it's a one-day convention, and I'd love to come. I love Adelaide. It is one of my favourite places. I always say if I had to move, I would move to Adelaide. I love Adelaide, and it was a shame I did not get over there last month. I do apologise for that. It was just a oversight on my behalf, and also while I was taking a break, and I think those two things combined, I just forgot it was on. Hearns asked me to open and close the store, so I did. That's why I did that special that day Anyway, next year. If not this year, next year. There's heaps I want to do. I've never been to Pitchy Ritchie. Love to go to Pitchy Ritchie. I would love to do a day out at, what is it? Oh, I've forgotten. Where the Broken Hill line meets the West Australian line. Crystal Brook, I think. I'd love to do that, watch the double stacks go through. I know it's a reasonably high traffic area. There's a lot I want to do over there. And Steam Ranger, of course. I really do want to get back over there, cover some things. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back into South Australia and Adelaide. Hang on, is that Dreamy Pete himself? No, your eyes are deceiving you, Zach. Are you coming to the GV Rail Expo in October? It doesn't look like I am going to make it to Shepparton. It is while I am overseas. So unfortunately, I will miss out on Shepparton this year. It was a good exhibition when I went, not last year, because it's every 2 years. If you want to check out the video, you can. Cross-country line is spectacular. Absolutely. Cement work operations will be worked by SSR by the end of the year. But all aggregate services to Medway Birrama will be taken over as of August. Lots of variety on the main south at the moment. Well, that is exciting. If that's the case, then yeah, love to see that. Well, I will see that. Sorry I'm late. How is everyone going? Who's got an A2 and what do you think? Yeah, if anyone's got an A2 already, I haven't. Chuck it in the comments what you think. I know Victorian Steam probably has one. I mean, probably. I know he does. Kieran's got one. He posted on his Facebook, his Instagram last night. I saw that. So he's probably going to have the video out and he will have the review. So if you haven't subscribed subscribe to his channel so you can get the first good review. I probably won't do a full review. I'll just do a look at one for the news. So if you want to see a full review, subscribe to him. Show us your 009 layout, please. I kind of can't at the moment. I intend to shoot this weekend the first part of building that layout. Most of it is modular, so I've only got some parts together. Basically, what will go in my spare room is not the... Most of the modules I've already built won't go in there. They're probably going to go and, well, probably get cut up. No one seems... Well, if someone wants them, I'm sure I can arrange something. Presuming you'll be at the August exhibition? Absolutely. I will be there both days with the stand and the layout. Remember Team Alco did the MT... Yeah, right. I vaguely remember it. I vaguely remember that, but yeah. Love a good video from Sam. Absolutely. Can I fix the volume? What's wrong with the volume? I don't know. I'm looking at my levels on here. They are right. I'm assuming that this is still on. If anyone tells me there's something wrong with the audio, please let me know. Thoughts on a Gauge 1 Thomas layout was at the Ballarat Expo. I did see the pictures. Looked excellent. I would love to see more of it. Do you think Ixion will do another steam locomotive once the A2 project is sorted? What VR steam loco would I like to see? Wouldn't mind seeing a C-class done next. Yes, an X. If someone was to... Like, an R-class rerun at an affordable price and new tooling. Fantastic. That'd be great. Otherwise, an X. I would love to see an X in ready to run. Even though it's out of my era, X, I'd get an X. I reckon they're fantastic. Yeah, an X. Go for that. There are 2 in storage for preservation purposes. There you go. Wonderful. Also, the V-sets. Isn't there a V-set in preservation as well? Is your channel profile AI generated? Yeah, absolutely it is. It is a Lego version of me with a Lego version of R761 behind me. It's a photo from Castlemaine when there's a video on that one. And yeah, I just thought it'd be a bit of fun. What do we got? Yeah, I have a few hobbies, not just model railways. Love model boats, 3D printing, kits with timber. Wonderful. Anyone going to Stall this weekend? Absolutely. I'm not. Once again, just trying to get back into the swing of things. I have booked myself out for next weekend. Yeah, Stall is on. So if you live regionally, Stall is an excellent exhibition. It's one of the best regional shows that you can go to. Excuse me. There we go. That's enough of that. Yeah, they do a really, really good job. Hello, I just typed James. It's all right. Won't hold it against you. Do I have any West Australian locomotives in HO? Yes, I do. Unfortunately, it's in the other room. I've got an L. I can't remember which number it is off the top of my head, but it's got the radio equipped stickers on it when they ran with... Well, when they came over here for locomotive power shortages, I suppose. The layout I mentioned that is called Wingrove. It's a DC powered, only runs on block signalings, waybills and timetables. Thank you for that, Stephen. Yeah, it's a layout I'd love to see. Floyd has asked me to go and have a look at it. It is something I will hopefully get around to one day. Oztrains did something like 25,000 NRs over 8 production runs. There you go. So, like, that alone is a lot of NRs. I feel like you don't see them, it's not like you see hundreds of them on the second-hand market or anything, so they're still in people's collections. So, where are they? Where are all these layouts? Where are all these locomotives? All these people? Fascinating. Like that, it becomes a 24-hour stream. It almost starts that. If I had to pick one, Goulburn or Rose Hill, I can't justify 2 trips. Well, I mean, that's a good one. Rose Hill, if I'm going to pick one, I say it in the news, I say it in the Rose Hill videos. If you are going to pick one exhibition to travel to a year, it's Rose Hill. The guys at Epping put on easily the best exhibition in Australia. Great venue, easy to get to. It's going to be even easier now that the light rail's in. There's plenty of accommodation choices. we have had an excellent time every time we've gone. There's places to eat across the road. There's food. Oh, did I mention that the layouts are all like top tier? Like they are all fantastic. You have every single trade, almost every single trader there, from the big guys at like Acision all the way down to the cottage industry people from all over the place. And I think this year, not that I've seen who's going, but in years previous, it didn't used to clash with Brisbane, although it has the last couple, which previously meant you used to get Queenslanders coming down and Queensland layouts. I'm hoping that that is now the case again, that they have them. I'm guessing they'll announce this all at some point. But yeah, Rose Hill. Goulburn's fantastic. I think you definitely need to support these smaller exhibitions, although that's not really a small exhibition. It's quite big for especially where it is. And it does have, it is easy to get to either via train or drive. But yeah, if I have to pick one, it's Rose Hill. That was easy. Sunshine Harvester was F126. Oh, my mistake. Why did I think it was an E? Oh, that's why. Basically, a slightly smaller version of an E in tank engine form. Gotcha. Thank you for that, Zach. Good evening, sir. Hello, Matt from the Royal Hotel. Shout out the Royal. North Melbourne flyover viewing platform for a meetup. Need good weather. Yeah, it's not bad. It's places to sit. I'm up for a meetup. Sweet. Howdy. G'day, Jesse. How are you? Alan, pub or nothing. Yeah, I mean, that's what we usually end up doing. Someone should bring beers. Oh, good grief. Lucky to live... that'll be all right. Retro Rob. I'm lucky to live close to Kilmore East. Great for train watching. That'd be fantastic. Where'd I get the Canon hoodie from, and can I have one? As some of you do know what I do as my normal daytime job, I was at work today. I do sell cameras for a living. If you sell enough of them, they might give you one. When are we going to Tailem Town? Mate, you know how good Tailem Town is. If you haven't watched my video on Tailem Town and you're up for an adventure, that place is a romp. I honestly reckon a meetup at Tailem Town would be fantastic. That would be that funny. Tailem Town is so decrepit and strange. I think it would be so much fun with a large group of people because all the buildings are open. You can go through everything. If you haven't been, it's definitely worth stopping in. Hey, Will, I missed you at Adelaide this year. Sorry, Troy, I definitely couldn't make it to Adelaide, unfortunately, work. Certainly trying to make it to the railway modelling of South Australia. Hopefully we'll have something there. Hopefully I can make it. I actually don't know what the dates are for it. I'll probably look it up after this. But hopefully I can make it. Are you going up to Goulburn on the Friday? No, I am going up the main south on Friday, but I don't know any details more than that. What else we got? Pitchy Richie is stunning. Been a while since we went. I'm very keen to get out there. I kind of am annoyed at myself that I missed last year's. I think it was I'm going to get this wrong, the 50th anniversary. I know Micah at Reelford went, and it looked excellent. I wish I had. I have an A2 sitting in the shop waiting till I get over this throat problem. Hopefully you get better soon, John. Convince Sam from the UK to review one and run it on the carpet. Don't. I mean, that's I think one of my gripes with Sam. Once again, love to see success, but I think if I had 100 and something thousand subscribers, I would have a layout that's not on the floor. Like, I don't understand how he hasn't built something that's not on the floor. Like, that irks me. Not about it. What do I think of the V-Class project? Do you think V499 will be finished? No. I'm not going to comment on it, I guess, super publicly. There's obviously a few things going on around about that. But when we were up at VGR about a month ago, it is still just a cab shell, and the person organising it is... No, I'm gonna leave it at that. Volume's fine, thank you. Audio's okay, beautiful. Foster Thornton, what are my thoughts on Japanese railways? I went to Japan in 2019, late 2019 with work, and it was fantastic. Unfortunately, we were there with work, so I didn't really get to ride many trains. I rode some local stuff around Tokyo, and I had half a day to myself, so I went to one of the stations that is currently escaping me, and I went and watched the Shinkansen come in and out, and it was fantastic. I can't wait to go back. That is, I think, after the UK, probably my next trip, I think, will be Japan. It'll be Japan or America, or possibly Germany. I don't know. We've got to discuss. Well, I've got to work that out first. But Japan's amazing, beautiful country. Cheers for the shout out. Stream's going great, boss. Thanks heaps, bloke. Hi, Will. G'day, Metro Michael Gaming. Ooh, there's a fun one. If I could charter a steam rail train anywhere in Victoria, where would you go? Well, does that limit it to broad gauge? If so, I would go as far as I can. It'd be like Manangatang, or I mean, I like Tokemore, but Manangatang, like, I haven't been out there in ages. They only really ever run, well, no, steam rail hasn't been out there in ages. Yeah, it's pretty far. Like, I like a good long trip. Like I was saying today in the shop, back in like 2000, I remember going on a trip to St Arnaud, you know, and they got back like well after midnight and probably left at like 6:30 in the morning. Those are the days. Like, I understand that nowadays that is probably never going to happen again without, you know, obviously something going wrong or anything like that. But yeah, those old days of like huge all-day tours, they are the best. I love those. That's why I was so keen to jump on the Bairnsdale tour, because that, yeah, whole day tour, love it. I know it's real hard work on the crews and the staff and everything, and I'm very thankful for it, which is why I will not complain about the price of it, because I understand what goes into it. Absolutely, so good. Long trips. Although if it was a standard gauge tour, I would love to do, like, let's say in this hypothetical situation, it is pre-1996, bring back Melbourne to Adelaide tours. That would have been sick. Like, that would have been unreal. I'm currently putting the decals on an SEM kit for the first time. This is tricky. Practice makes perfect. I am terrible. You get there. VB or Guinness, splitting the G. I'm a VB man through and through, but I am a sucker for a Guinness. But if I have to pick between the two, it will be VB. Who puts on the best exhibition in Australia? Well, yeah, the effing club do. It's Rose Hill. But easily the second best is the AMRA exhibition happening on the 2nd and 3rd of August at the Showgrounds in Melbourne, and I hope to see lots of you there. If it's Wingrove, then I helped operate it. It's over 70 years old. Yeah, that's so wild. Yeah, I'm pretty keen to get out there and have a look. I'll be at Rose Hill with a layout. Fantastic. We'll start the damn kit. Well, I did start the kit. I started it last week. How long have we been going for? 46 minutes and I haven't picked up the knife. Hey, look, if you guys keep talking, then we're going to keep talking. It's not... That's why I kind of want to do like gaming, so that at least there's something happening on the screen, even if it is just driving something somewhere. Like, it's not just me yammering at the camera. A May return for the 2026 is unlikely. Yeah, so yeah. I mean, yeah, Brisbane have already announced this year. I assume that they will hopefully just not, have the same time as the biggest exhibition in Australia. That's, I hope everyone talks to each other and they work these things out. Matt McMill, be at Rose Hill with his layout. Fantastic, beautiful layout, that one. Loosely based on Witcher-proof, not the main drag part, but the station. Beautiful bit of work, that. Thank you, Peter. Do some great work. Thank you so much. Fremo 9 has been very successful. Do you think the potential point you'll start... I'm just going to reread that. The Lone Rail Rider said, Fremo 9 has been very successful, like I said previously. Do you think there's a potential at some point for someone or some group will start a Fremo HO setup? Yeah, absolutely. I have seen the exhibition layout list for Goulburn. There is Fremo listed. It looks like it's quite a large layout. I know, at a guess, I don't know this. I'm assuming it's the Illawarra and AMRA National Club doing it. If it works, good, great. I hope that they can put on events and run it. Good. I'm keen to see it. I haven't seen anything on social media about it. Not that I'm saying that social media is the be and all, but I think the whole point of Fremo is it's supposed to be, all inclusive. So yeah, I guess we'll see. But yes, I do think that there is a space for a HO scale Fremo standard. I think the issue that I've noticed is it works in heavily higher density population places like in America, Europe, and you can have different standards and all of that, and people are a bit more willing, I guess, maybe to travel. Whereas here, we only have a handful of major cities, and I guess that weighs into it that it's going to have to be localized rather than national. Anyway, that's something to come back to. Trey J suggests that he's doing good. He's having dinner. I hope you're having a good dinner. Talem Town, my beloved. It's so good. Joint is rifle casings. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. All hail Canon cameras. It's all good. Getting ready to go to South Australia next Saturday. Yorkeys Crossing. Oh, how good's that going to be? I've never been to Yorkeys. I've been pretty close, but yeah, that looks like it's going to be great. Hopefully the weather holds out. There's been multiple attempts to start a HO Fremo system. Every time it's tried, there's been about 30 different people trying to change the standard. Well, that is also part of the problem. Show us brass. Oh, Paul, I can't do brass and white metal kit building. My goodness. I know people who can, and good on them. Yeah, maybe when I'm older. Realford, hello here. Made it here. Yes, it's the 50th anniversary of the first Pitchy Ritchie running the first train from the 74. The rail first had 5 steam locomotives running. Looked like an amazing event. Give another 30 minutes and he'll beat his last record. Thank you. Sam's Train's doing teardowns, removing hair out of the pickups in his mechanisms. Yeah. Understandable. I think some smaller group will enter with a solid guideline that's not open to change once the arguing settles. It starts off. Look, it's all there. The potential is there for a HO scale one. It's just, yeah. We'll get there. Sam's losing his parents' rental, so not likely anything. Yeah, I mean, even then, he could build a modular layout. There's I still don't see that as a full excuse. If you had that many subscribers and your job is essentially reviewing locomotives, that's why I feel off about reviewing locomotives properly, is because I do not have a layout. I can't test them properly and give a fair review. I think that's part of my gripe with the Sam's trains on the floor. When's your next video coming out to Realford? At his rate in 2027. Regardless, go and subscribe to Realford. Micah's channel is one of the best. Aaron, go to Chattanooga NRA National Convention next year. Hey, if someone can get me an invite and an in to Chattanooga and they want to talk about that, I'm all ears. There is nothing stopping me going there, really. If people from the NMRA in the States want to help me out in some way, I am more than open to talking about going to the States. At this point, I can't afford it. That's probably the biggest problem. If I visit the US, what railway-related stuff would you see? Like heritage railways, model train clubs, regular train spotting, all of the above, Jesse. Oh, all of the above. I mean, they have some of the more interesting railways in terms of scale. I mean, their loading gauge is so massive compared to ours. I love watching Virtual Rail Fan, just chuck in on, flicking it through, seeing what's going around. Where would I go? I would go to... hang on. What is it? It's one of those weird porter locos. Looks real funny. Where is it? Let's have a look. See if I can get the screen share to work. Hang on. But I've got to find the loco first. There's a railway over there, has these real boxy... There it is. Hang on. Ooh. Just give me a sec. Let's have a look and see if this works. Alright, I'm going to share this off a forum. How exciting. Something different. Alright, one of these porters. They are, yeah, I reckon that is something I would love to see. Actually, can anyone tell me if the screen capture's working? Because I can't actually see. Hopefully. What do we got? Howdy. No, maybe it's not working. I don't know. Yes, it is. Yeah, one of these. That is, I can't remember where they're actually. Youngstown Steel Heritage Museum. Yeah, there. That would be that'd be one I'd love to see. I reckon they are real funny looking locos, and now here we go. And yeah, that would be fantastic. All right, time for a VB long neck. Not on the stream, not on a Thursday. I'm too old for that. Peter picked up another 3D printer and his printing's out of control. Oh, geez, pretty good. Estimation is 8:30 on the kit. I don't have Snapchat, Josh. Somebody made a Snapchat with my name. It is not me. I am not on Snapchat. I've got enough apps. Fremo HO localized entirely within my kitchen. Pretty keen. Dream of mine is to put on exhibition the Royal Exhibition Building, but someone just has to front the cash. Unfortunately, that is the big one. OnlyFans link. Nah, no OnlyFans, brother. Fremo and L-Gauge kind of already exists. I've seen a, not prototype, someone showed it to me. That yes, it's in theory it could be done. Railcam catches if you don't. Get into brass and white metal kits while you still have good eyes. Oh, I just can't see it happening. Is that the MZ of the Steam world? Pretty much. I mean, those porters are real funny looking. I've got a soft spot for like ugly locomotives. I think that's the big thing. Another flat flak logo, yeah. Yeah, it's working. Sweet. So screen capture works. How good. Look at that. Second one in, and we've already progressed to screen capture. I'll get one of the switches, so this makes it all a bit easier. Sorry, bother again, Will. I was wondering if people are interested in 3D printing on the layout. I think 3D printing is like a huge bonus, and I think a lot of people are. It just depends what you release. I mean, at the moment, I've noticed that the market is definitely oversaturated with accessories, crates, barrels, things like that. I mean, you look at Paul Sutton, Paul's 3D. He is killing it in terms of like what he's producing, and the amount that he's producing. Like, I'd like to see more of that, like more locomotives, more rolling stock coming out. I think that would be a fantastic thing. And yeah, people are definitely keen for more bits. Yeah, I think it's just got to be high quality and look good. Nice wallpaper, Will. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's my loco on one of my modules with a generated background. The Porter locos, yeah, they're so good. I'd love to see one out here. Type P into my URL bar. I can. I'm not. Great, I know where that's going. Sharky, saw Model Railway Exhibition 1963. Unreal. Yeah, that would have been crazy. Press Alt F4. Yeah, nice. He's slowly catching up with the live chat. Yeah, I'm now at the bottom of the live chat, which is why I'm getting the kit out. Time for the kit. Tristan, hi mate, love you. Thank you, Wilbur. Cheers, mate. Amra Camberwell exhibition usually had N-scale T-track using the Fremo module idea, 70s to 90s. Yeah, yeah, the N-scale guys definitely did do it first. I hope they bring it back. I'd love to see an N-scale Fremo standard as well. It's not for me. I don't do N-scale, but I think I look at the guys in the States especially. That standard, that potential is enormous in N-scale. 3 toasties for dinner. King, what a move. That's awesome. Rock and stock, okay. Mr. Beast just detonated $1 million. Okay. Hi, James. Hi, James. Hi, my name's Will. Do you know that 5117 has returned to service? Yes, I do. I did see it was running out there today. And funny you mentioned visiting the Cowra depot. I put that in my notes today that is a museum because it's open almost every day except, correct me if I'm wrong, Monday and Tuesday. And yeah, I'm pretty keen to go out there because it's not like it's super out of the way if you turn off at Harden, if you're going up the back way from Melbourne to Goulburn. And I reckon it's something I could definitely slot in to a trip. So I'm working on that because when I get back from overseas to when I leave for Rose Hill is like a day. I might be able to slot it in there. But I do want to get there on a weekend because I know it now runs trains out of there. So, tricky one. Rowan, unfortunately, no, I am not going to the GV Rail Expo. I am overseas that weekend. So, well, not just that weekend, at that time. So, I thank you so much for the offer for the Miniature Railway as well. Please get in touch with me. I'd love to cover the event, possibly in the future. Everson 2025 was hectic. Fremo N took 4 hours to run end to end. How good is that? A real railway. That is the whole point of Fremo, is that, look, there is nothing wrong with trains going around and around in a circle or coming into a switching layout. But to have an actual railway system is so neat, so cool. That is, and I'm like, that's why I'm so ecstatic the Fremo 9 has got legs. 4 hours. How good is that? Jeez, that's a good way. That's a perfect Sunday afternoon. The Lego trains are modular as well. Yes, they are. They are a modular system and underrated. I think, yeah, that's the whole stigma about Lego in the model railway scene is silly. It's good. It's good that people have a creative outlet. That's what we want. Right, now, on to this. Where are we at? We've done that part. We're doing this part. Right. Oh, looks like everyone else is getting there. Hooly dooly. Bought a HO scale, South SAR F class. Can't wait to run it one day. I bet you can't. Would be sick. Go back in the day and had big steam fest in Melbourne and the country in the Flying Scotsman. Yeah, would have been nuts. It's just before I was born, so out of my era too. So if your bet was at 8 p.m, the kit. What's the time? It's 8 o'clock. No, the kit came out a little bit earlier. I just haven't actually started. I'm kind of doing that thing where you just push it around and hope that no one notices that you're not actually doing anything. The Gippsland tour should be good. Absolutely. You're going to ride it or you're going to chase it, Jesse? What are you thinking? I got my ticket. I'm keen to ride it. Stuff driving to Bairnsdale. Kilson Steam Diesel Hybrid's got it. Yeah, that thing is not great. Evening, Will, we need a video on what model locomotives you had. Well, is that something you would like to see on what I can do? I'm not going to do it right now, but if you wanted a video on my collection, which isn't like the world's biggest collection or anything crazy, I'm happy to do it. I can basically move this into the room where I keep my trains and I can sit down and go through them. I don't know if that's something you think would be interesting. I'm more than happy to facilitate these requests. That's not outrageous. All right. Last week, we got the front done, and that's where we're up to now. We're going to build the little alcovey bit on the side. That's what we're up to. Oop. What have I done? Oh, still looking at this porter. How good. Oops. Now we're going to get this out of the way. Right, so we're going to do that while I come back to here. Planning on doing an L-scale locomotive. No, I have no personal interest in building. Fold the porch door in half and combine the door and the spacer black side to black side. Sick. So it is 4 layers thick. Awesome. No, I have no plans on getting into L gauge myself. I have some Lego stuff. Like, I like Lego. I'll buy some Star Wars Lego every now and again, or maybe some Lord of the Rings stuff. But I'm not I'm not super interested in the trains. I like seeing them at exhibitions. I like all the creative stuff, like because I know that those people have had to make them themselves. And you look how much like attention Cade got when he did his velocity and end sets, like incredible. And they have to work all that out. Yeah, no, I'm all for it. It's just not for me. Rowan's called me a dog. You know, no good. Last Cheeto Hurricane, nice. Am I planning on getting an Overland set from Precision when they come out? It's funny you asked that because I thought I wanted an Overland set, but the more I look at my Indian Pacific set, which I'd never run, my mech set, which I never run, which I'm now planning on probably just flipping because I don't run them, and they don't spark joy. I don't think I'm going to get an Overland now. Like it, I do want one, but I don't. What I think I will get out of those Overland sets is some of the extra cars. Because, I mean, a lot of them wound up on random pass or in preservation or on heritage trips and things like that. So I think that's where I'll go with it. I just don't think I'll commit to buying a full Overland set. Realistically, they're probably going to come out, once again, I don't want to harp on about that I'm going overseas, but they will probably come out before I go overseas. I need that money for overseas things. So that's probably not going to happen. One day we'll have a modular standard big enough to do it here. I think looking at that, like, I mean, all these modular standards either already exist or have been attempted to be adapted to Australian standards. But I think distance is the biggest problem, and then organisation. Like, unless a club with the space facilitates it, I can't really see it happening. I don't know. Never say never. I'm sure someone will get there. If I was to open one closed Victorian branch line, what would it be? The one to the snow. Oh, God. Wow, the Mansfield line. Yeah, I'd reopen that. It's a shame it ever closed. Like where the VR's got the chalet and everything like that. That is the line that I would reopen. Just even from a tourism point of view, like that would have been nuts if you had like special trains that just ran out there. It'd be between that or Tallangatta, like Huon through, Bandiana, out round the lake, like round the Hume Dam. I reckon that would have been, it was so close, but I reckon that would have been one of the best tourist railways. I mean, it's in not the middle of nowhere. It's, got the issue that the South Gippy had, which is accessibility is just not quite there. But it would have been pretty neat. But not to be. Ordered a pack. Fremo N has been done. Now exhibition layout exhibit in 2010 was Fremont. Yeah, and I hope we see it soon. Thanks, James. I'm not going to read that out loud. Yeah, make more merch. Yeah, it'll come. Exhibition organisers ignore Lego at their peril. Need something for everyone in exhibitions where possible. Absolutely, it gets the younger audience into it. That's who we need. I mean, people who like trains usually keep liking trains, but if you can help encourage it, I don't care what scale it is. I'm so jealous of the amount of model train shows you guys get on the East Coast. Yeah, we are exceedingly lucky here, Kingsley, with the amount that we get here. Like Victoria alone, like the amount of exhibitions that happen. I mean, the fact that we have clashes on the same weekends and things like that is incredible. But yes, unfortunately, it's not too much over in the West. Chasing it. Oh, yeah, good stuff. Chasing the Bairnsdale, that is. That's what we're talking about. Pretty cool models to build in Lego. I've seen some epic ones from Tennis and Alex. Spirit of Progress. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Perth don't get too many. You could do train collections of your friends. Yeah, absolutely we could. Good clickbait title for that video as well. Yeah. Let's be honest, Lego trains have about 3 vocal opponents in Victoria, and let's be honest, those 3 are very lonely, bitter people. Yes. 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 I'm not gonna argue with that. All right. There we go. So I've glued all these together. So now I have this thick 4-layer piece wall, which is now going to get glued into the front, which nicely slots into the front. Oh, that's very easy. Warburton as a heritage. Oh, Warburton would have been incredible. That whole area, beautiful. Once again, poor decision making. It's kind of like the whole New South Wales thing, like how they stopped like actually closing railway lines. They just get booked out in case they ever want to bring them back. That's what Victoria probably should have done. I mean, Victoria should have done a lot of things differently. We are very lucky to have what we've got anyway. All right. Let that stick. Collection of video with all their sound functions. Well, that is one of the problems I guess I've got, is not all my things are sound as much as I want them to be. Make Lego trains, yeah. Will's just over here huffing the glue. Oh, this isn't even like the bad glue. This is all pretty, this is all pretty nice. This isn't even the real bad stuff. Does anyone know what brand? Oh, someone should boot Rowan. It's also N-Scale Fremo in Adelaide. Yeah, wonderful. I'm going to get the Overland GSR blue, purple, and green with EMU logo, 2007 to 2017 8-car set. Awesome, man. That'll be pretty good. Bet you're looking forward to that. So we've got a turntable here. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to answer that question, dude. 9066. I'm pretty sure most people would know my opinion on that individual. Where am I going? I'm going to the UK for a month. It's going to be good. I'm excited. There's going to be a lot of videos. We're planning a lot of things. There's a lot about to happen, a lot about to come out. The amount of videos I'm shooting is huge. And it's shaping up to be a pretty good trip. I'm looking forward to, bringing all of that to everyone. I'm not looking forward to the editing, mind you, but it's all part and parcel, isn't it? So, yeah, it's got a lot of things coming. Golflander, that'd be all right. Love to go up there, have a little look around. Right. Oh, no, I've missed a step. Lastly, I've got to put a roof on this thing. Where's the roof? Roof. Chimney base. Oh, here we go. Side extension, roof. Front roof. Wonderful. Yeah. Oh, this one hasn't been scored properly. Nevertheless. Tullarook Trail. Yeah, I'd like to do the Tullarook Trail. Like maybe some of it. We'll just drive it and do a little video on it maybe. Might be a good excuse to go to the snow. I would choose the Yass Tramway in New South Wales. I mean, that's like, is that even like off the cards that could come back? Like, really? Surely it could. It couldn't be that hard to put it back in. Oh, excuse me. So tomorrow, I'll let you know. Bright Branch was for the snow. Yes, that's what I'd do. Was it Bright? Yeah. It's all good. All that high country stuff was, yeah. There's a T-Track get-together in Blackburn North this weekend. Yeah, unreal. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys have an active community. That's what we want to hear. It's all about sharing this great hobby. That is the big key thing. All right. I could probably keep my fingers on the roof while it sets. Before the Sunshine Harvester was bought, these next. Geelong Railways 222 WT converted to an 060 WT. Saw a movie on the ABC from the 20s. Oh, sick. Might have to check it out if it's, yeah. What glue am I using? This is just rocket card glue. This is just the easiest. I mean, you can use, with these kits, you can use pretty much any white glue. It's not the be and all. This stuff just dries pretty quick. VR owned the chalet and used to run buses from the station. Even got a VR ticket when you stayed there. Yeah, I reckon that would have been sweet. I reckon that would be fantastic to see brought back. That's a very hypothetical world. Is the kit for my future 009 home layout or 009 exhibition? Bit of both. Yeah. It'll probably wind up on both, I dare say. I do need... The idea is one of the modules will have a town on it. And I do want... Yeah, I'm going to need a lot of buildings, and I thought this would be a nice way to kick it all off, even though it's the longest it's ever taken me to build one of these. Once again, I can usually knock them over... Jeez. It's a quiet afternoon. Not even a couple of hours, but easily distracted, I think. All right, so we're now moving on to the rear of this building. So we've now got the roof on the front, and we're going to put the back on. So I've got to cut out a few bits, wrap the rear extension walls around the base, and fix the edges to the grey main wall former. Okie dokie. What do we got? So it's that one. The green one. Sounds like you need to hire an editor for the UK videos. Oh, look, if I could afford an editor, I would absolutely do it. But at the same time, I mean, I like having that control. I think it's a matter of just being very prepared. I think that's like one of my biggest tips for those getting into YouTube and getting into this, like the stuff I'm learning. Like, obviously there's other people out there who have been making YouTube videos for however long. But I guess you find the process that what works for you. I'm not, some huge YouTuber. I as much as I want to be. Yeah, having a plan seems to be the biggest tip I can give anyone who wants to get into this. Good evening, Will. Congratulations on 13k subs. Thank you so much, Headers Model Train Adventures. How many times have I seen the film Malcolm? I honestly don't know. It's a lot. We watched it a lot growing up. Yeah, yeah, quite a few times. I have seen Malcolm. Yeah. Okie dokie. What do we got? Oh, it's this one. Needs a few of these, I think. Oh, excuse me. Apparently my nose has decided it wants to start running. Alright, so I've got to put the windows in. It's nice and easy. Cool, it's these ones. When I go to the UK, I should go to the Severn Valley Railway. Well, stay tuned. Maybe I will, and maybe I won't. I hear there's I hear they have trains. Yeah, look, we've got a lot planned while we're over there. There's a few galas on and things like that. We will see a lot of trains and do all that kind of thing. I want to convert my Oz Trains NRs to DCC sound. Yeah, it's a big job. Okay. SGR closed in 2016. Yeah, it would be nice. Yeah, it's a shame. I think it's one of those. I think the Southern Railway is kind of one of those ones we probably need more of a reminder on of what happens when we don't support something. Now, I know that they were a bit harder, and there's some other bureaucracy around why they closed, which was probably out of their control. But still, it was there. Now it's not. Excuse me. The only thing with the S junction is it needs to go. It's the old rail bridge, don't you? Which Queensland model train event would you attend if I had the choice? Well, I really want to go to Brisbane Model Train Show. Don't know if I'll make it this year, but hopefully next year. Bundaberg's the other one, because I've never been there. Never been to Bundaberg. So I wouldn't mind making like a full little holiday out of that. Seeing the little narrow gauge railway in the park. I want to see the cane trains. I reckon that's a pretty neat system, and I'd like to know more about it. Like, it's something I don't really know a lot about. And yeah, I'd like to do that. Yeah, I did see the trains in the basement, yes. Oh, it's sarcasm. The Brighter Warburton lines would have been fantastic. I always really missed out on those. Yeah, we absolutely did. Okay. Mount Hope Branch Line, South Australia was a lie. There was no mountain or hope. Yeah, nice. Have I ever been in a helicopter? Yes, I have, Josh. I have been in 2 helicopters. Once I paid the extra in America one year, and I went over the Grand Canyon in a helicopter. That was one. And there was one year we were at the Grand Prix with work, and we got taken up in a helicopter to take some photos of the Grand Prix. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's the 2 times I've been in a helicopter. So yes, thanks for the question, but I definitely have a couple of times. Sorry, I left the room to say the question about. Yeah, so this kit is for one of the 009 modules, but it'll be a future one. Like, once it gets finished, it'll pretty much just go into storage until I'm ready to build that module, which I think is probably one of the last ones I'll actually build, looking at my plan that I drew up, just because it's not a necessity one. Like, I want the line going around the room, and the town will be in the middle as like a terminus station. The line from Tullarook to Yea is very scenic. Yeah, absolutely is, Matt. I saw Malcolm Trams. I saw the Malcolm Tram in Melbourne Book at a hobby shop well before the film. Yeah, right. Okay. Couple of good questions. Favorite road at Newport Workshops? Oh, jeez, mate. Yeah, they're all good. Favorite kiosk menu on the steam rail train? It's VB. Has he built anything yet? Yes, I have. I have. Oh, how could you, Stephanie? I am definitely building stuff. Look at me go. Put some more glue on this. It's going to have to set though. But I guess, yeah, just going back to Corey's question about where this is going. Yeah, so the Fremo layout home build will start. I mean, it has started. I've been drawing it. So I can stop procrastinating about changing things. And then, yeah, I'll explain all that soon. I intend to film... do excuse me. Where's that paper towel? I do intend to film it, like, this weekend. This is my plan. Here's the explanation. I hopefully will get time to do it this weekend. No guarantees, though. Good grief. Make sure you... look, I would love to visit the Bundaberg Model Railway Club when I'm in Bundaberg. Let's organise it. If anyone from the Bundy Club wants to reach out, have a chat, we will organise it. That is what we need to do to make these things happen. Communication is the biggest thing. That is the easiest way to put it. Now, as for this, bam. Look at that. Just, geez, these are nice to put together. All right. Let's give it a couple more minutes to let that bit set. Which rail tractor are people's favourites? Let me know in the comments below. Which RT is your favourite? Yep. Good on ya. Mine is not. Mine's the thing. Like, why one... what is it? 413 or whatever it is. The one that was the thing. That's my favourite. The only good rail tractor is a scrapped one. Nice. Hey, Will, it's looking like a great kit. So it's getting there. It's on. I'm working on a pair of new 442s from Acision, isolating the red marker lights to be individually controlled. How cool! Can't wait to see that, Jared. If you do, when you do that, you should post it up. Bring back your YouTube. Post it up. Let everyone see. Follow Buck and Bull, everyone. Jared has supported this channel for quite some time, and that's the best. We can definitely support him in return. So, if you haven't checked out Buck and Bull's channel, check it out. Alrighty. Let's get this glued in. Alright. What have we got? What's Alan's opinion on the RTs? Nice. You should replace all your trains. Oh my god. At the club we have a 50-year-old HODC. Yeah, nice. And we went up down the dude who wants Y161 off V-Line. It went quite quick. Yeah, no idea. No idea. Travelled on the SRN4 hovercraft from Dover to Calais, and then... Yeah, is that one of the Mountbatten hovercrafts? They're, like, those things are sick. If anyone's ever wants to look that up, Mountbatten hovercraft, they were enormous. They held some crazy amount of people in cars, and yeah, they're my favourite hovercraft. Dale, evening Will. Evening Dale, how are you? RT37 is Stephen's favourite. Boris, okay. G'day Sam, how are you? You're a railway guy, and you're actually reading the manual. Yeah, because I know if I don't, I'll get it muddled up. Yeah, Y413. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the thing. Oh, it's the best. The best flat top tees are D1 and D2 from BHP. Yeah, it's a fair call. What brand is my microwave? I couldn't tell you. I honestly actually have no idea. Thanks for asking though, Josh. That's much appreciated. What's yours? 53 RT. No questions asked. Good grief. And we got RT50. Well, I can't believe... Okay, cool. That's great that people have their favourite RTs. Stoked for you. All right, now we're going to put on the side wall. Beautiful. Side extension walls. Let's have a squiz. Microwave operated rail tractor. Good grief. So is everyone else building a kit lately? What has everyone else built? Do people still build kits? Is everyone about the 3D printing? Ready to plonk? It's fun. That's actually the other video I've got to make, is the one on... I bought one of the Acision buildings. I'm kind of, pretty keen to actually put it together. All right, now this one goes here with the... Yeah, with the window facing out the front. All right. That's exceedingly straightforward. Side extension, start gluing. Wrap the sides, the flush, strengthener, chimney. Okay, I can do that. Yeah, massive car carrying high-speed hovercraft. Yeah, Mountbatten. Sick. What a thing. I like it that we thought hovercrafts were going to be the future. Like, I guess like airships, Zeppelins, and all that kind of thing. We had such high hopes at one point of the future like that. But it turns out it's just things like Jetstar and sterile travel. How boring. Although I've done the Dover to Calais ferry, it's not that bad. But it would have been cooler on a hovercraft. Yeah. How we doing? All right. Good grief. I'm currently putting decals on Steam Era Wagon's model. It's his first time. It's tedious. It's all right. The more you build, the easier it gets. Build a couple of 4W freight wagons. Sick. Black 5? In Lego. Oh, far out. I was going to say, still. Mr. Jacksmus. Hi. Josh, back again. Sweet. Thank you for all your questions, Josh. What's my favourite regional station? It's my favourite regional station. That's a good question. Which one? What do I like? Don't know. Is there a context to that? Like, has it got to be still in active service? Has it got to be frequented by V-Line? Can it be anything? Good grief. Here we go. I could start building HO. I couldn't build a kit. I've bought HO scale logos to work on, but managed to make them even worse. Oh no, don't want that. SEM XR, another X. Printing a D4. Good grief. That's a pretty impressive list for Diamond Creek. Oh, man, we've got ages till Diamond Creek. Well, I said that. I remember saying that for a lot of things that we have ages until, and then all of a sudden they're here. Channel time was the biggest reason for the closure of hovercraft services. Yeah, I guess. What's good grief. All right, thank you so much, Corey. Thanks for checking in. We'll see you soon. Will Jetstar budget island hovercraft would have been... Yeah, no, it would have been... Yeah, no, the idea of a Jetstar budget airlines with a hovercraft would have been gross. Darren built a Metcalfe Country Station a couple of days ago. Awesome. Which one? Well, I guess I can probably actually guess which one. Fantastic. That's awesome to hear. Building some trackside model kits. Which one are you building, Peter? Which one have we got? I think I should do a trackside models kit next. Got this building on my 00 layout. Nice. The Hamilton Model Railway Club has a good model train layout. It's supposed to look like Kilmore East. Yeah. Definitely seen it. Definitely looks interesting. I mean, yeah. I wish we saw it more often. I think it came to stall one year, having said that. Thoughts on S317? Definitely very interesting. For those who haven't seen what S317 looks like, it's been painted into VR livery, but it's black and yellow instead of blue and yellow. And it's got the SSR logo where the VR is in the chevron. Definitely interesting. Don't hate it. It's not my favourite livery, but it's not bad. Used to be aerofoils out of Dover once as well. No way. Have I been to other AMRA club rooms? Yes, I have. I went to AMRA New South Wales with a mate one night who was a member there, and we ran some trains around and hung out. That was pretty neat. I mean, they've got a very interesting layout there. It's a bit different, but that's cool. Which one is this? No. I've been to AMRA New South Wales. That's the only one I've been to. I guess it depends how you look at the other AMRA clubs, whether you still consider them part of AMRA National. But no, I haven't been to Queensland or Western Australia. Oh, dear me. Yeah, S317 does look weird from the back. It is, odd. It's all yellow. Have I missed something here? Or maybe I haven't. Maybe I'm just imagining it. Oh, yeah. I think I see. F1. Oh, excuse me. Can't stop sniffing. William Adams, how are you, man? Running trams. And doing YouTube videos. Pretty sure. I think we saw your video the other day about the gangers. Good grief. Don't answer that. Actually, I'm just gonna... Can I just get rid of that one? Have fun. Cool. Have I ever... Far out. Josh Watson. Have I ever been surfing? No, I don't like swimming. I don't like the ocean. I don't think I'll like surfing. So I'll pass on that one. Yes. Oh my God. Do excuse me. One moment. One sec. I'm terribly sorry for this. Right. Good grief. Too much glue. What do we got? 317 and 3112 will go on standard gauge, and the Bs will follow later on. Well, I guess we'll see. I guess we will see. Can't stop sniffing glue. Nah, man. Oh, don't know all of a sudden where the old sinuses have decided to come from, but here we are. Great. Anyway, we're now working on the window on the inside of the front, which is just another little bit of perspex. There we are. Just line it up. So once again, why I need the second camera happening. But yeah, there we go. So like I was saying earlier, yes, what do people want to see me stream? Is it games? That's the thing I think I would like to do next. Like, I'm happy building these kits, and I did realise just a moment ago that I should probably build a Trackside Models kit. The only problem with those, and it's not a problem, I mean, they're easy to build, it's painting. Painting on live stream is just not going to happen, especially like larger buildings where I get either the airbrush or rattle cans out, because obviously I am inside and I don't particularly want to be going back and forth. Otherwise, you're going to have that time where I'm not in front of the camera. Thinking gaming. I think Trains is probably still the easiest starting point. We can just download Trains and go for Trundle. I know some people, and some people who are definitely watching this, are very into Trains. I don't know. I've tried. Oops. Especially the custom stuff. I think that's pretty neat. Like, I see the photos come up of like the Seymour line and stuff. That's real cool. So, you know, it's got potential. I think it might be more interesting than me trying to build this kit. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely would consider running model trains, except I don't have a layout. So that's kind of one of the reasons I want to get my 009 layout, at least the tracks, kind of down, so I can start running trains. And then we can do that. And, you know, I think that could be potentially a lot of fun, and set up like a trackside camera. I reckon that definitely sounds cool. But once again, like, I don't have a layout, so I can't start it just yet. Shadow, do you know anyone who I can pay to build my Steam Era kits? Yeah, there are definitely a few people. It just depends. I think on wait time, there's like that Jurgen guy in New South Wales. I think if you type into like Instagram and maybe Facebook Jurgen kits or something, there are some shops that might do it for you. There are definitely people out there who will build them for you. It's just more, I think that's more a question like I would ask on Facebook in like some of those groups and just see what you get back. So you can find some reputable builders and people who've done it before. Good grief, Alan. I definitely have thoughts on that, but I'm not going to fully discuss it on here because I will probably get banned. No. I don't really like what's going on, and yes, right, anyway. Maybe a driver session on trains. Yeah, I think that's probably it. What's my favourite flavour of glue? Oh, jeez. Holy dooly. Maybe a bit of hot box content kind of stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I see the photos, it looks really interesting. I just don't know how interesting that would be to everyone else. But maybe if, I do it like this and we can sit down, have a chat, go for a drive. Could be interesting. Something different. Silicon's pretty tasty. Alex West says, loving the stream. I'm currently playing Transport Fever 2 while listening. Could be a game to consider. Cool. It's one I've not heard of. Or if I have, I've just somehow omitted it from my brain. I can definitely check that out, though. Thank you for the tip, Alex. Much appreciated. All right. So I've now got, there's this little back, I probably should discuss what I'm doing. Little back wall, goes on the back wall here. We'll just glue it on. Thank you again, Josh, for the question. Do I prefer sunrise or sunset? I guess sunrise. It's a new day, means that I'm going to get a whole day of sunlight, and that's the best. So what I'm looking forward to most coming up is getting back out, chasing some trains, getting that whole day. That is actually my favourite, when I'm like out and you see the sun coming up, and you're like, right, it's going to be a good day, and you're off and you're going somewhere, and that's the best. SC Mailing has big audiences from running trains with an Decision B class. He loves. Yeah, cool. Model train unboxing on stream. I don't know. Like the whole thing with unboxings, like, and it's once again like there's nothing wrong with the people who do them. I say if that's what you want to do it. Like, what can I show you? Like, it's just me opening a box and going, oh yeah, here's this. I can't really do anything with it. Like, that's, I think, where I'd feel like I would just be letting, I guess, people down. Like, it's not content that I, not for me. Not for me. I think, for reviews, unboxings, things like that, you really need to have a layout and the facility to be able to do it properly. Or at least for me, like, I want to bring that kind of better content. It's probably just not really going to happen at the moment. Maybe one day. So currently I'm cutting out some, I guess, like fascia bits for the front of the house here. They go around this part in front of the garden. That's what we're going for now. Cool. Oh, we might actually get this thing finished. I know the stream's now been going for like an hour and a half or something, but it's all part of the fun, isn't it? What? What is it? Can we talk about the political and economic state of the world right now? No, we can't. We're talking about model trains. I know that kind of actually comes into it in a way, but no. We're just gonna build some trains, build some building. My God, how wonderful! I'm glad we're getting questions though. Tristan, happy birthday, Will. It's not my birthday. My birthday was back in March, but thank you all the same. I guess out of a gambling man would say you have a 1 in 365 shot of getting that right, and that's not the worst odds ever. What's my favourite alternative milk? I'm a big fan of the soy milk. I'll stick with that one, thanks. Man, great. Have you ever considered Forza Horizon 5 or something like that? What? No, I had Forza on Xbox. I didn't like it because it kept making me want to change. Like, they kept being like, "Oh, you need to change cars," but I really liked the way one of the Mercedes sounded, so I didn't really want to, and so I stopped playing. Showing through photos on a live stream would be wicked. I agree. I've got heaps of. I haven't got around to it yet. I've got a lot of older photos here, like old negatives and things like that I keep meaning to scan in. I think that could be really neat to do one day. Footy will footy. Thanks for joining, Pat. I hope your team is winning. Thank you so much, Tristan. Much appreciated. So for it, fantastic job. Go on exhibitions, great promotion for them. Thank you so much, Peter. Hopefully, we will be getting back into it. I'm hopefully going to make a video at the Showgrounds exhibition. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work with logistics. Once again, it's the issue with running a stall and trying to film something, but we'll see. Hopefully I can make it work. Definitely there will be one coming out of Goulburn. So as for the rest of the year, not sure at this point. Maybe you should march yourself back to your birthday. Oh, thanks, Zach. March is an excellent month for a birthday. Thank you. Wish we could get a Will James meme review. Oh, man. No. I thought about that the other day of like, what's something I could do, and like, I could be a react to certain videos, like railway videos, but no, I don't want to do that. It's a bit silly. Two art classes coming in November. Which art classes would those be, Michael? Are they brass? Because otherwise, how did you get them? Now let's put the face on this. I never knew you were vegan. I'm not, but thanks for asking. I just can't drink milk anymore. Wow, why have we gone there? What items of food would you use as a load on a model train? Which scale? There we go. I'll put that back on you. I find Sam's train the best part's extreme close-ups of his model train stripped down to the mech to show you what level of thought is put in design. When he runs trains, look for Smith. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm with you. 719 and 761. What's my favourite smell? Oh my god. How did we get here? I know, because I don't have a moderator. Hey Will, how's it going? Christian, what's going on? Just building a kit, hanging out. How are you? What's going on your Thursday night? Thanks for joining the stream. Bought food for my L wagons, 90 sheep. Nice. Not really blind, it's old. Okay. HO scale probably. I don't know. What food can you even fit in a HO scale train? I always thought, like, if I get the G scale stuff out, like, you could have little snack trains, and if I had a big enough backyard with, like, essentially to be able to run it around the front, you could send people drinks and things like that, which would be heaps of fun. I guess that's what I would do, but it has to be in a larger scale. Yeah, G-scale food delivery, absolutely. Soy milk just... Wowee. What's my favourite gangway door on metro trains? Nice, well done. What's my favourite freight locomotive of all time? It's an easy answer. It's the MZ. What is the air velocity of an unladen swallow? Good grief. Yeah, all right. Would it be possible to get a video on what makes a good train video? E.g., not too long, with a train just a headlight on the horizon, or ahs not edited out. And I could definitely, if anyone wanted one on like tips for what I think people look for in railway videos, I could absolutely do something like that as like a more involved Q&A, or even like camera stuff if you want to know about settings, framing. I'm not saying I'm the world's best photographer, but I do have a pretty good understanding on the technical aspect. I mean, that is, once again, my part of my job. If that's something people want, it's an easy way for me to use my knowledge to help other people get better, and it's something I'm quite, happy to do. Oh, geez, it's popping off now all of a sudden. Looks like you picked up the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Nice. Everyone loves a flying high reference. What coal locomotive has the best shovel? The only loco I've ever thrown coal into on the is the 59 picnic trains one, and I was very bad at it, and I'm sure. So by default, that one wins. All right, we've now put the bay window walls on, so now we have a stone wall around the front. Very nice. Cool. I've had to redo the bay window; it had popped out, but that's okay. Sam Yates is obviously in Dull Men's Club. I probably should have got a banana for scale. Thank you, Christian. Much appreciated. What's my favourite Victorian livery? Here's a good question. West Coast. West Coast or Great Northern? They are my favourites. Obviously, VR is a classic, and V-Line is a classic, and, you know, all that. But if I have to pick, like, they are my favourites. I think Great Northern, it was one of the nicer ones. And then West Coast, iconic. Fallen Flag. All right, now it wants me to we're doing the chimney and roof sections. How exciting. All right, combine the chimney tops with the base. Wrap the main chimney around that. Okay, easy. Why am I like this? Well, it turns out it's because of a chemical imbalance in my brain, but that's all I've really got to tell you about that. Monty Python reference, absolutely. Should definitely do some reviews on some new trains that come into Hearns. Yeah, like, we do, like, the unboxing and stuff, but I still, once again, coming back to reviews, like, I think reviewing trains, the only real way to do it properly is to have a layout, and I think, yeah, I can't do it justice, is the simple answer to that. Why aren't you going mad in this group chat of unwanted engagement? Oh, people have got something to say, let them go. I'm not going to go nuts. I'm a pretty calm person. I'm not one to get upset very easily. All right, that's one chimney. That is two chimneys. Combine the chimney top bases, upper, middle, centre. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beauty. Now, we'll glue them all together. What is my least favourite R class and why is it 711? It's not. Super R, like the R's when they were with West Coast was sick. The Super R's. I don't have a least favourite one. Can I just say one that's like stuffed like, I don't know, 753 or whatever it is, the one that's like in bits out the back of Newport. It's just like, there we go. There's a good question. What drone am I using these days? I use a DJI Mini 3 Pro. It's light, it's small, it does the job. The only modification I've done to it is buy ND filters. I think that's probably one of the most important things when you buy a drone that doesn't have adjustable aperture. I also bought it in the Flymore kit. Always buy the Flymore kit. You're better to have too many batteries than not enough, and you're better to have the gear when you're just better off. It's also got the newer controller. It's got the one with the screen built into it, which is quite nice. If I was to get rid of it tomorrow, I would buy a Air 3S. Those drones are sick as well. They're a good size still. The sensor in the camera is fantastic. Once again, I'd only buy it in a Flymore, and I would only need to buy ND filters for it. And you've got a really, really good bit of gear with those. So, who here has been tagged in the video of the model railway under the house while watching this live stream? Yeah, nice. Should R711 get a repaint? I believe it probably will at some stage. yeah, I'd like to see it spruced up a little bit, but these things take time, money, and effort. The Loco crews do a fantastic job already. The Loco is in a running I hope it's in a running condition. It should be. After the Geelong thing, I don't really know all the ins and outs. Yeah, probably needs it. Yeah, be nice to see. Maybe they'll do it for next year. Next year's Newport workshops. I remember seeing Stevenson's rocket replica in the city square and at Yarra Park where the tennis centre... Yeah, so John has made a good point. They brought the rocket out here. I don't know if it was for the bicentennial, but Rocket came out here. Well, the replica of Rocket came out here and they ran it around the gardens and stuff. And there are photos of it online. I'm actually pretty sure I've got a photo of it in my slide collection somewhere. Once again, I'd have to dig it up. It's not priority at the moment. But yeah, it did come out here. They did run it around. Do I have a favourite time period for modelling? Yeah. Like if I was to build a layout tomorrow, like if I was building I guess my dream layout is, suburban Melbourne, and then if it was to go regional, it would be like the Western line. So it would have Ballarat, and then the Wimmera. In terms of like an era, it'd probably, if I had to pick an era to model, as much as I like the 90s because it's like what I remember growing up, it'd probably actually be the 80s because you had all that, like if you pick up a copy of the DVD or if you can find a copy, or it's probably on YouTube, of the Changing 80s DVD, that era is phenomenal. Like the amount that was going on, you still had like everything from, what year was Steam like fully phased out? It was like 79. Someone's going to correct me on this. I think Bendigo Pilot was the last revenue. Well, not revenue. It was the shunter. Was it a J? Anyway, I think it'd be 80s. I think if I had to pick something to model, it'd be that era in the 80s. You still had all the electrics were out, all the good ones. So you still had Tates running. You still had Harris. You had Grey Ghost. You had Grey Ghost. What year did Grey Ghost come out? 90s, early 90s. You had Comenge coming in. You had V-Line, VicRail, VR. You had the Loco shortage stuff. So you had all the South Australian stuff coming over still. You had, obviously you have your standard gauge trains coming in with all the New South Wales stuff, and of course all the South Australian stuff that was here as well. Fantastic era. The Polar Express is not my favourite Christmas movie. I've never seen The Polar Express. My favourite Christmas movie is Christmas Vacation. That's an easy choice. Christmas adjacent is Die Hard. That's, there we go, Chimney Tops. Die Hard is not necessarily 100% a Christmas movie, but it is Christmas adjacent. But by that, so is a lot of other films, weirdly enough. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Rocket, mid-80s or 1988. Yeah, that's what I thought. Info transport and a VR wagon from Sydney. Oh, now that I would like to see. John said he's seen a photo of the rocket being transported in a VR wagon from Sydney. Yeah, if anyone's got that, I would love to see that photo. What is my opinion on camcorders? They are a thing of they are soon becoming a thing of the past. Your major manufacturers are either pulling the pin on them now, or have just stopped producing new ones, so you are buying older tech. Obviously, it depends what you want to do with it. A camcorder is easy to use. It's set and forget. You set it up. You basically are only really adjusting the rocker switch on the top. Your sensor in it is generally 1 inch. There's nothing wrong with that in good lighting conditions. You don't have a lot of creative control over it. They're really made to document over anything else. I think that industry will see a couple of higher end ones still come out, but now you see like Sony and Canon both releasing things like ZVE1 or the R50V, or there's another one in there. And they're all a high-end. They're essentially a camcorder internal, 1-inch sensor, half decent zoom range, but it's compact. And that's what the market as a majority wants, is a vlogging camera. They're not looking at rail fans. They're not looking at maybe aviation spotters as well, who want those super zooms. So we're kind of forced to start moving into the interchangeable lens cameras, which of course cost more. Big tele lenses cost more again. For example, the camera I've got, I have a zoom lens for it now, which I've barely used. I bought it and then I kind of went on a break. I've got a 28-135 PZ, which has got the rocker switch in it. It's got a motor in it, so it'll be able to do a smooth zoom. That is not accessible to everyone in terms of cost. So I guess camcorders have a place, but I think that place is just going to get harder to actually be able to obtain them anymore. You're pretty much just not going to be able to get them, which is unfortunate because it's a lot of people's first foray into video, and unfortunately that's just the way it's going to be. Yeah, that's my opinion on them, I guess. It's not really an opinion, it's 2 cents. Did West Coast Railways ever have... No, they R711 and 66. They had 2. The actual last time I saw R766, it was still in blue and gold. I've never seen it since it's gone to New South Wales. Yeah, one day I will. What's the easiest way to build a section of straight track on unpainted board and... Well, yes. Yeah, that's not wrong. A null ball layout would be interesting. G'day, David. Thank you for joining the stream. I don't remember that. I did go to one of the parallel runs of the Scotsman 88. Yeah, that would have been awesome, Sam. I wish I could have seen it. But yeah, it definitely happened. If R711 gets repainted, do you reckon it'll stay blue? No idea. How can a loco run if it doesn't have legs? Not bad. My thoughts on the recent growth in popularity with film photography. It hasn't really... That trend has almost kind of come and gone. Film photography came back a couple of years ago and came back in quite a big surge, which has, saved Kodak. A lot of the brands were probably too late to jump on it, like the Pentax 17 being, my opinion, far overpriced for the camera that it is. And then, your other choices, Leica. Obviously, there's got the Lomos and then the reusable, disposable kind of cameras. I don't like that. Like Contax cameras are now worth far too much, and for probably the wrong reasons. But what I've noticed, the newest trend is early digital compact point and shoot has somehow come back, which I never thought we would see, but here we are. I personally love film as a medium. I will get a medium format camera at some point. It's not a priority. But I think if it gets you out there and taking photos, I don't care what format it is. I think just get outside and take some photos. It's the big one. Yeah, I agree. It would be nice to have a second camera for different perspective. I have to get a Switch, which once again, like being the second stream we've done, looking at how many people are currently viewing it and have viewed it, there's no reason for me not to get one. I don't think, I can try and get one maybe secondhand, so it's a bit cheaper. So I can run 2 cameras, have this. It's kind of why we got back to the whole I'd rather stream gaming, because at least you've got something, there's kind of that second part to it. South Australian. Oh, yeah, always good. Rocket came to Australia in 82. There we go. I wish there was a ready to run SAR RX. Absolutely. I think that is a gap in the market at the moment. Could definitely see someone doing an RX and it probably doing quite well. I think a lot of people would like an RX. myself included, I think I could justify an RX. Do you have a favourite location, suburban or rural, to model? Mine is Victoria Park and Bridgewater on Loddon. It's Ballarat. Like, it's always Ballarat. Like, I mean, it's not just because I lived there for so long. I think it's kind of down to that was probably one of the more interesting, railways, like stations, areas. It had, the line that ran through a golf course out to the sale yards, like amazing. It had come on, brain. The Buninyong line that was then, like shell sidings. The amount of trains that came in and out of there. You had the overland stopping, holding up the crossings. You had like Horsham, Dimboola Pass. You had local freight. You had interstate freight. You had jets. You had so much variety for so long. You had the workshops as well. I mean, you even had the South Australian jumbos coming across to get worked on at Ballarat workshops. Amazing. Like, yeah, so much potential as a layout, as an area to model over a lot of others. But once again, like the amount of room you would need. Well, having said that, I mean, I covered Greg's layout of his representation of Ballarat, which was fantastic, and it was in a small bedroom. But I guess my brain would want to do it almost to justice and have it at that really large scale. I think that would be, the dream layout. That's, I win Tats Lotto kind of stuff. But that's probably not going to happen. Thoughts if Flying Scotsman came back for another Australian tour? Yeah, cool. Be great to see. Be cool if, an A4 came over here, like a Gresley. Like, that'd be sick. Like, I mean, Mallard obviously is probably just never going to run again, but like Bitten, Union of South Africa, Sir Nigel Gresley, bring something else out here. Bring a different castle class out. I don't know. Be cool. Be cool to see something. SD, an S160. Bring one of them out here. Using Olympus OM1. Awesome, man. What's the most memorable heritage trip I've been on? Most memorable? I don't know. Well, I mean, one of the most vivid ones is still, like, I guess, like, early ones, like, was the Sanana tour I went on. 711, one of the GMs and a T. That was pretty good. It's like a nice memory. Recent years, I still reckon that 707 trip where they did it with Daylesford was really good. It's a really good mix of a day. Apart from that, like Christmas Train to Witcher-Proof was sweet. That was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed that. I hope they do something similar like that again this year. Am I thinking about building a Victorian layout at all? No, not at all. I know I don't have the room. That's as simple as it comes down to. I think for me, knowing what I would, not even what I'd want to run, but for the amount of room you do need, it's like, I mean, it's never out of the question. I would need just so much space to do anything justice, like especially corner-wise or like distance-wise. Like for me, I do like, that's why I think I like Fremo so much, is because I think trains need to have a purpose. And I think that's where it would come down to, is something it would eventually just get to a point where I have the way bills, I have all that kind of thing. But I also want a train to be able to take time to go from A to B. I think it's just the way my brain is. But yeah, one day maybe. What are my thoughts on V-Line getting rid of locomotive haul trains and going to velocity rail cars? I mean, for them, I understand, like, that had to happen. That's just progress. We caught an N set the other day to Castlemaine. It was good. They're comfortable. They're quiet. I also did one of the last N sets to Warrnambool. Great. I love them. Like, quiet, comfortable, not super sterile. It's nice. But I also understand logistics, and I understand that all these things have to come to an end at some point. And Velocity DMU's not necessarily the way forward, but it's going to happen. It's just I wish they had better long haul ones, like to Albury, to Bairnsdale, to Swan Hill, and standard gauge ones that went to, well, obviously they got Albury, but like to reopen, like to Horsham and places like that. They need to have better equipped ones. Like, keep whatever chassis. It doesn't matter, but yeah, it'd be good if they had a better equipped layout. When will resurgence of glass plate photography? I can't see that happening. I'm curious to see your thoughts of video. Thinking about DSLR for a few budget points. Hang on, I'm going to read that again from Kim. I'm curious to see your thoughts in video for those of us thinking about DSLR and a few budget points. Say 500, 750, 1,000. Look at the second-hand market. You could pick up an 80D for well under that. They had full HD video with dual AF, pretty reasonable camera, pretty reasonable video quality. Anything in the latter, like a 90D, if you can kind of stretch your budget out, because most people who have switched to mirrorless are getting rid of those cameras and get them up pretty cheap. At $1,000, you could also get a Canon R50, which I have borrowed. Well, there's a video of me using an R50. Absolutely fine video. It's 4K, it's sharp, you'll have lenses available. That is what I would buy for. I mean, they were $998 not that long ago. That is what I would buy for $1,000. For $500, I would look at the second-hand market, and I would buy just one of the later or one of the last Canon DSLRs before they went to mirrorless. The tech in them's fine. They shoot mirror up, so you can get pretty good video out of them. Yeah, that's what I would do. What are my thoughts on 100-inch TVs? Do you know where my friend could get one? Yes, I do know where they could get one. If they could please DM me, I could sort them out with a 100-inch TV. Have I seen a channel called... No, I haven't. Huge Railway... Oh, nice. TNT sponsored Rocket's visit. Yeah, right. No, cool. Yes, Stephen, I have seen what Adam from Whiskey Models is building. That layout is enormous, and he's actually making pretty decent progress, which is something I guess you don't normally... Oh, geez, I mean this in the nicest way. On like those huge layouts, like so many people get stardom and then just gets too much, so they just stop. But yeah, no, he's killing it. Love to see that. Yeah, I'm just going to glue these chimneys in. Let that settle. Right. I definitely did this around the right way. Yes, I did. Very good. ARH members got to travel behind the rockets up and down the... No way. There you go. I would really like to get the VRK class. That's the next model for my collection. There's so many different styles and liveries to choose from. Yeah, absolutely there is. I mean, we're about to be spoilt. There is, the next run of Ks coming, whenever that is. Hopefully it's not 17 years away, and I highly doubt that it will be. I had misplaced it. Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, which K do you want, though? Like, that's the biggest question. Which one... You've got to be happy with your choice. But I'm sure whatever choice you make, it'll be good. We reportedly offered the Commonwealth of Australia. It was rejected and hence scrapped. One of the worst decisions we ever made. It would have been fantastic to see the Commonwealth of Australia out here, but not to be. Yeah, an S160 would be great. The VO offered them during World War II, but they refused them. as they needed X classes. Yeah, it's still odd that we never, like, even New South Wales didn't get a 160. It really seems like post-war they ended up almost everywhere else but Australia. Vanden Railway says, "Hello, Will. What's your favourite part of Farewell L?" Well, Oscar, my favourite part of Farewell End is when the credits roll at the end and I never have to watch it again. Yeah, Tokemwall Train Day, Saturday the 26th of July, Seymour, Shepparton, Tokemwall. Seymour are running to Toke. There's a day trip out of Seymour, which is pretty interesting. Hopefully that happens. M beat me to it. His favourite part is the end when it finishes. Nice. Sharky the Guns, the Triple K tour to Terralga and the fact that they broke down added to the fun. The day seeing them try to get the 14 pass car restart on Haunted Hills. Yeah, it was unreal. We were on top of Haunted Hills when it threw the rod. Something very rare and I guess we'll never see again. It's unfortunate that it happened, but pretty interesting that it happened and that we were there for it. Very unique experience. And then to come back with the train, and it was weird sitting with the steam crew in the back, and you've got a rod just sitting there. It's not supposed to be there. Cool. Let's get this roof on. What else we got? Good grief. Thanks to everyone who's in the chat. I can't believe how many of you jump in here and that are still watching at 9:15 on a Thursday. Need a Triple R trip again. 2015 Seymour was great. Very fast running. Yeah, it'd be sick. Yeah, be pretty cool. Yeah, absolutely, Tristan. That's a good point. If you're going to record videos, please spend the extra money on a decent mic. Absolutely. Your audio makes your video. I mean, says a guy who last week where I got stuck with my audio looping. But hey, so far we're doing all right. Now we're putting on the main roof. Oh no. No, we're not doing the back roof. We're doing the back roof, not the front roof. Whoops. All right, cool. Good thing you read it. It's good I read the instructions, right? Yeah. Beeline. Okay. The most important question is, do you actually like trains? Oh, no. It's all a ruse. No, that is the first roof to go on. Let's just get these roofs cut out. Now we can start putting the roof on. Look at that. We're almost there. How exciting. After the roof, it's just like the front garden bit. Oh. I say that, but we'll get there. We'll see. Will James Scale Electric rolls off the tongue so much better than Will James Railways. Yeah, cars going around in a circle, and not for me. Make sure I glue the roof around the right way. Actually, could have got some of those Wills plastic cards, I reckon, for the roof. Might have just made it a bit nicer, but that's okay. Might be something else. Will the Steam Ranger headboard? Yeah, I mean, reach out to me, and she might be keen to do a Steam Ranger headboard. Can't see why not. I can't speak on her behalf, but I mean, she does. Yeah, I can't see why not. I have a whole compartment to myself on the return trip back from Melbourne to Traralgon. Loved it. Yeah, nice. So, what else are we doing? Being productive? Nah. Shannon, what's going on? How are you? Didn't realise you were going to be in here. No, I haven't. He hasn't shown me that, Shannon. I'm sure he will, though. Hopefully the A2s remain in stock for a month or two. Perhaps, I don't know. I guess it depends what number you're after. I mean, I can guess that 986 is going to be the most popular. I guess, yeah, it really depends what you're after. Let's push that all in and let it glue. All right. Hurry up and learn. Oh, good grief. Do I like Rode mics? Yeah, it's nothing wrong with Rode. I use a Rode VideoMic Pro Plus on my normal videos, like when I'm out chasing trains. Everything else is DJI. I've got the DJI wireless mic. This is a Mark 1. That's what I do. That's what I use. You make plasticard stuff now. Nice. Yes, it's always fun getting the wheel stuff. I had to see Linda into these Jeep. What is going on? We should do a live stream where we teach Kieran to build an SEM kit. Yeah. Oscar, if you want to do that, you want to come around here on a Thursday night or whenever you want to build a kit, I am more than keen to facilitate that. Now you've put your money where your mouth is. It's almost 9:30. My guy's still going. Yeah, well, I want to finish the kit. I want to get it done. Although I'm very easily distracted. All right, back roof. Let's go. Easy. No, Shannon, I'm not going to do that. Farewell, Alice is a good film. Not as good. 447, 72. Yeah, I mean, Climbing the Summit's a classic. Oh my good grief! What is happening? Josh, what did I think of the housewarming? Yeah, it was fine. It was a very warm night. Thank you for inviting me to your house. Thank you. I don't know if you really want me. Okay, very good. Oh. Matt Oaten VR. Should Steamroller run a steam haul trip to Witcherproof this year? Psh, say less. Absolutely they should. Sign me up. Like I said, I was like straight on the Bairnsdale tickets today. Second that got announced. Would it be, Matt, would it be an up and back in one day? Day trip to Witcherproof? That'd be huge. And once again, I'd be in. Sign me up. All right. Let's get some weight on this roof for a sec. Let that grab. All right. I'm back. Has he made any progress? Yes, I have, Matt. Thank you. I have made progress. Witcher-proof day trip confirmed. Hang on, did I just miss something in here? Yeah, everyone seems to be up for a Witcher-proof one. You. Let's all split some G's on the way to Witcher-proof. Absolutely. Bairnsdale and Witcher-proof, yeah. Manangatang trip. Thank you. I would love to do a Tokemall or a Manangatang trip as a day trip would just be nuts. I realise it is a long way, but not Tokemall. Where am I thinking? Where's the tractor pull? Even Corongvale would be good. Bairnsdale to Witcher-proof. What? Why 112 to Witcher-proof? Don't know about that. Yeah, I reckon people look pretty good for a Witcher-proof trip, day trip. Whew. Be sweet. Just got to the live stream. Hey, welcome to the live stream. How's the kit coming along? Well, I got the roof on. We've got roof on now. We've got all the walls are on. Now it's just, I think, a second chimney, couple of dress parts, then like the front bit, and then I was going to put the hedge thing I got on. Yeah, which tractor pull? There are quite a few. Quambatook is what I meant. Quambatook tractor pull. That'd be sweet. All right. Walls, roof. This thing. All right. What's this part? All right. So now the roof is on. I'm going to put these, what do they call them? Finally, the dormer roofs. Add the first dormer roof formers to fit flush with the rear of it. And then I put the rest of it on. Easy. Tates to Adelaide. Well, unfortunately, they're the wrong gauge. Tates to Echuca. Could you imagine? Like, I know they took the Tates to like Tokemall and like Ballarat and places like that back in the day, but the Tates don't have toilets on them. Just putting it out there. I know it's like a less than savoury thing, but they're not conducive to a long haul trip, I'm afraid. That's why I really liked the members train last week. Wasn't on the Tates. Tates to Denny Ute Muster. Good grief. My good. Jeez. Don't know about that. Us, our class hauling Tates to Witcher-proof. Take the ZD along for a ride. Nice. My God, speaking of, I'm not convinced they thought the XT replaced and stock. No sleep is insane. Yeah, sorry, I'll read that out loud properly instead of me mumbling it. Sam has said he's not convinced that they thought through the XPT replacement stock. No sleeper option is insane. When the XPT came into Victoria initially, there was no sleepers on it either. You still had the Intercapital, not the Intercapital Daylight. You had the MEX set, the Melbourne Express, Sydney Express. The sleepers came in after. There's no reason that couldn't happen again, that you have a day and a night train, I assume. There's no reason, I guess, that they can't, is it the CAFs? What are they called? Couldn't have one built after the fact. I wouldn't write it off just yet. I can still see it happening. I mean, they're sold out. They're almost always sold out. Like, there's clearly a demand for it. It would be nice, I think, to see us move more in the direction of Europe, or, for example, the Caledonian Sleeper in the UK. Like, kind of pitch it as a hotel. You know, you're saving yourself a night on accommodation. You get there and you're in the heart of Sydney, blah, blah, blah. I think that is the solution. Once again, I don't really know the full ins and outs of these things, but that's what I'd go with, is that it'll just come in later. Surely they won't get rid of it entirely as a sleeper. What am I most looking forward to on the UK trip? Oh, jeez. That's a huge thing. Look, I don't want to put out too many spoilers about what we're doing over there, but obviously I'm going to Festiniog and you know, a lot of Welsh narrow gauge railways that some I have been to before. That's why I fell in love with it in the first place. Yeah, look, just wait and see. There's lots that I am keen for, and I'm keen to share all these experiences with everyone else. That's the big one. All right, let's put these in. One roof. J515 to Echuca via Toolamba. Oh, good grief. Mornington's restoring K177. Okay, that's awesome. I wish them all the best. They could get an E-class and an L-class running. Well, I mean, an L's probably more realistic. Be on tape from Ballarat to Flinders Street behind, yeah, righto, with SAR 930, trying to tout the 80s. Made for a quick tour. Can you bring back Russell from the UK, please? Absolutely. Caledonian Sleep means 37s in Australia. Sign me up. Absolutely. They do regular works on the K. Yeah, nice. A lot of people working on K177. That's awesome. That's great to hear. Excited for K160 back at VGR. Absolutely. Steamrail ran a fixed FWT water tank on the mainlands. Can't see why a Z-van wouldn't be allowed. I don't know either. Ooh. Cool. So what's everyone's plans for the weekend? I know it's Thursday, but we're nearly there. Friday's only a sleep away. Is anyone going out for a gunsel, chasing something, riding something, building something? For me, I'm going to keep it pretty quiet. I'm going to shoot a video on Sunday. Saturday's my day off. I think I've decided. Need that break. Yeah, Sunday, shoot my layout video, or like the plan for the layout, and hopefully start the Incision kit as well. I guess that's my plans. What's my take on the Comenge Eevee project? Yeah, it's really neat. For those who don't know, Eevee is is one of the inspection vehicles. It's currently been sandwiched between two Comenge power units. I'm yet to see it, but when I get a circular with it on it, I'm very keen to do a chase. I think that's going to be really interesting to see. Obviously, it was nicer with the T's on it, as you know, a rail fan goes, but this new setup's pretty interesting. It's pretty unique. Yeah, I'm keen to see it. I'm keen to go and have a look at it when it's out and about running. I know it was supposed to run yesterday, but it didn't. Plus, the perils of working, I wouldn't have got to see it anyway. All right, what am I missing? Right, chimney. Right, let's have a look at this. Good God. How fun. Well, we're nearly there. So it's just the chimney and then the front wall. Then we're done. That's amazing. We're nearly there. So, we'll get it done tonight. That's why I keep asking, what do you want to see next? What do you want to see going on? Writing something, you say. Yes. Weekend plans. Flying to Sydney. Got the BOTC con. Awesome. I'm going to keep tracking on the Steam era kits. Awesome. Guns around Footscray tomorrow. What do you reckon you're going to see there, Melbourne Comenge out in Footscray tomorrow? Is there anything coming into town or going out that's a bit different, bit unique, or something you're hoping to see? Perchance? I haven't been out for a Gunsel in ages. That's something I really miss, even though the weather is absolutely putrid. Going through all these old photos lately that I've been putting on Facebook, Instagram, that is the thing I miss the most, is spending whole days out in the car, chasing stuff around the countryside. That's why I'm super keen to get up to Goulburn this year, and then Rose Hill, and then hopefully, get over to Adelaide as well at some point. See some other trains. It's kind of, it's perils of being an adult. You have to do adult things, and that gets in the way of trains. How boring. Sorry, I'm just cutting out all these bits just to make it a bit easier for the chimney. There we go. Got a hot date or medium heat date. Playing it cool. Nice. Awesome. Which kits did you order from Hearns? That's awesome. Hey, we just got back from the PBR test train. Oh, awesome. For the Train of Lights, that starts up this weekend, if I am not mistaken. Maybe I could go out there one night after work. Give it a chase. I mean, it's nearly impossible to get tickets for it. But I wouldn't mind going for a chase. That could be fun. Cold, but it'll be fun. Might do that. I know I've made that video before, but maybe people would be keen to see it updated. I don't know. Oh, Josh, thank you so much. Josh, just thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for the donation. Oh, I don't really know what to say. You don't have to do that, but it yeah, incredible. Thank you. I don't really know what to do now. Am I supposed to do something? I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. Melbourne College, CLF3, BRM. BRM's in town. Ah, nice. HO, double scale, low relief, cinema, and banking shops. Thank you so much. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Josh is Mr. Beast donating money. Ah, look, that's pretty nuts that he felt the need to. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, isn't Stall next? Is that this weekend? Yeah. I wish I could go. Always a good exhibition. Like to tomorrow night. Starts tomorrow night at Puffing Billy, the light show. Yeah, awesome. Aussie N Scale, go Aussie N Scale. Absolutely. N Scale popping off lately. So much on the horizon. Alright. Side chimney. Time to find. Yeah, I found it. Alright, first combine the two inner supports, L1. Alright. To make a solid block. Right. Glue these two together. Oh, Zach, please, okay. Thank you, Zach. Thank you for the donation. You really didn't have to, but thank you so much. Thank you. I don't know if I'm supposed to click something or do something. No one has told me about this. Thank you. He plays more like videos we go watching trains. Yes, that will definitely happen. That will definitely happen. Definitely happen. All right, now fix the two outers supports to either side. Right. How's that container train running? Matthew, you go to the store and explore the old line out to the Grampians Quarry. Yeah, absolutely you could. I wonder if any other train companies could do the train of lights. I feel like someone else is. Like, I know they do it in the UK. Isn't like Bellarine or something doing them? Matt, thank you. Thank you, Matt Oten, VR. You really didn't have to, but thank you so much. I do appreciate the donations. Thank you, Josh. Generosity is the glue that holds the world together. Thank you, Josh. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Gavin's back for a little while. Thank you, Gavin. What button do I press to donate? You really don't have to, Peter. It's all good. It's all very appreciated, but it's all good. Apparently, they keep Arian back for a little while. Thank you, Alan. Okay. Oh, jeez. Don't forget to book your AMRA. Okay. Don't forget to book your AMRA Showground tickets now. The AMRA exhibition is happening on the 2nd and 3rd of August 2025 at the Showgrounds in Melbourne. This year, for the first time, they have pre-booked tickets. You can book your ticket right now on the AMRA website. You can get your ticket, so when you get there, you don't have to queue up with everyone else. You can just pretty much get straight in. That's the whole point. As well as that, Steam Rail Victoria do have their tickets open for the Tate set. That's pretty good. Thank you so much. Oh, please stop. Everyone, please stop doing this. The Midland and Connection, thank you so much. I am doing well. I'm doing so much better, and I'm so excited to keep all of this going. And make more of this content. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Put this towards the next home split G. Thank you so much, Sharky. Thank you. I do appreciate it. No, yeah, please stop. Thank you, Lockie. Thanks, Lochrail. Oh my God. I show everyone your Thomas the Tank Engine channel. Peter, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for your very generous donation. I really don't... Thank you. Thank you. I don't really know what to say. Earlier, I'm trying to find some Lima. Gavin, it's probably not a long shot to get Lima Overland sleeper carriages. I think with the upcoming Precision release, you'll probably see a lot of them come onto the market. I mean, they were a staple for a long time. A lot of people did the modifications to them, like painting the roofs black and things like that. Sorry, this whole donation thing has just thrown me out even more. Stop. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Gavin, check out eBay, check out secondhand sales and things like that. You'll probably be able to get them pretty easily, eventually, in the next few months anyway. Yes, I don't really know what to do. I didn't, thank you. I didn't expect this. Yes, you did, Peter. Thank you. I wish you a speedy recovery. Yep. Oh my God. All right, chat. Thank you. Now you can get another building kit. I mean, considering how long this one has taken, I mean, I can. Like once again, like if you guys want me to keep building stuff and doing things like this, I'm more than happy to do it. Especially on like a Thursday night. I'm not doing anything. It's just a night at home. All right, we're now onto the back page. Okay, so those go there. I don't know where that's come from. That's concerning. Thank you all. Thank you so much, everyone. Gavin, I can absolutely let you know if I see anything. Yes. Sam Yates may have one. So if you two want to get in touch, that's good. Thank you, Zach. Thank you so much. Do I like AFL or F1? If I have to pick between them, I will pick F1. I'm not very big on sport. Where's Linda? Linda's just here. Here is Linda. Linda is in a rightful spot. Linda's also been fitted. I fitted Linda with a cab crew. I know you can't really see them from there. They're the Model U ones, which I painted, which is once again a video I can make. But I think that's one I'm going to need with the secondary camera because, it's very difficult to paint them. Needs more Holy War. For context, Holy War is a locomotive. It's one you can get. It runs at the Bale Lake Railway. Just in case anyone is curious as what he meant by that. All right. Linda, how much did this kit cost? I think this one was I think it was like $39 or something. I don't know. It wasn't outrageous. It was. Thank you again, the Midland Connection. Thank you so much. But it's all good. It was a kit I was going to buy anyway. It's not like I'm just buying random stuff. Linda Cam, yeah. Foster's asked I should make Pacific National beanies. Unfortunately, I kind of can't. They are a bit... Because they're a current operator, it's the same with like why I haven't done Metro. Current operators is because they don't want people being confused with employees and things like that. So as much as I'd like to make them, it pretty much won't happen until they become like a fallen flag. That's pretty much what'll happen. Thank you so much, Alan. I don't like Charles. No one likes Charles. Charles is the third loco in the mainline Hunslet's, for those who don't know, next to Blanche. And Charles is, no one likes Charles. No, don't get. Oh, I have to. I watched a video about Flying Scotsman in New South Wales and Vic. Yeah, there's a few really good ones out there. Someone on YouTube made one not long ago that is absolutely stellar. It is very well put together. I mean, a lot of them are, but that one's a bit more modern, and it goes into a bit more about the ins and outs of all the things that happened to get it here. All right. Then I need to wrap. West Coast Railways could happen. WCR merch. I was actually going to do it this year. Things got a bit messed up, and then, maybe next year. I was fully planning on doing West Coast. Thank you so much, Matt. I was fully planning on doing Matt. Jeez. Well, that nearly came out really wrong. West Coast will probably happen probably next year now. Just because, by the time the current stuff gets here, winter will be over. Thank you so much, Matthew. Really, really appreciate the donation. Thank you so much. I have a ticket from when Flying Scotsman was in SA. Yeah, awesome. That's cool as. That's really neat, Josh. Let's get this cladding on. WCR merch would be cool. Yeah, for sure. I might have to buy Charles for support. Ah, dear. What have I started? I'd definitely buy some WCR. Yeah. Like I said, West Coast and Great Northern was the other one I was going to do. They're still my favourites. And I think, colour scheme wise, they're probably going to look really nice. But that's definitely doable. Gavin, looks like Sam's come through with some of the goods. It's pretty handy. There we go. Look at that. Doing deals. All right, let's do the top. So now that I'm trying to get my brain back together, we've got the cladding on the outside of the chimney, which is the outside chimney on. And then we're going to put the top on now. Some of these laser cuts aren't super good on this kit. Usually they're quite sharp. Nevertheless, it's not so bad. Charles doesn't deserve support. Wonderful. Met forever. Yeah, I mean, that's why I did another run of Met. There's been so much call for Met stuff. What about Orange V-Line merch? That's also a tricky one. It's a work in progress is the easiest way to put it. I would like to do it. It's just a matter of, not so much V-Line coming to the table. Well, actually it is V-Line coming to the table. It's a bit trickier. They're not super keen on it. And I totally get that. That's fine. But never say never. I'm sure we can work something out. Never. Freight Australia. Freight Victoria's plausible. Freight Australia, maybe. We'll see. These deals be looking sus. Yeah, a little bit. Put a tender on Charles and he's the Omega Hunslet. Yeah. Nice. Trams. Yeah, love it. Yeah. Thoughts on the UK getting rid of the Royal Train? Odd. See, the whole getting rid of the Royal Train's a real interesting one because I thought, now I know that the UK isn't part of the EU anymore, but there's that whole thing in Europe about they got rid of flights between certain routes because it was quicker and more environmentally friendly to take the train. You would have thought that they'd be almost under the same kind of guide or sanction, I don't quite know the right word to put it, to keep using it. I also think there's England's quite a traditional kind of place. The birth of the railways, all that kind of thing. I don't like that they're getting rid of the Royal Train. Not that I've ever seen it or have any connection to it or, anything with the royal family, but yeah, it's a bit sad that they're going to stop it in 27. I mean, never say never. Hopefully, when someone else gets on the throne, maybe they'll bring it back. I guess we'll see. Best choice, travel behind 4472 on the R-Class parallel. Oh, that would have been amazing, John. Would have been fantastic. Westrail or WAGR Scarves? Yeah, potential. Never know. VR Whiskey Glass round 2. That would actually be round 3, Lockie. That's one I was also looking at doing again this year. They might come out next year. Just because posting them was a real nightmare, so it's probably only going to be a exhibition exclusive. So I don't know. A lot of people have asked for them. Yeah, could definitely see myself doing them again because a lot of people like them. Myself included. I've got a set. I was pretty happy with them. 3. Cool. Favorite Victorian pub to visit by train? That's a good question. Thoroughly enjoyed Witcher-Proof. I do like the railway at Castlemaine across from the station. It's dark. It's like a woody, rustic pub. Good atmosphere in there. I mean, so was like Warrigal. Like that was a real fun pub. Oh, I mean, I just like going to the pub getting off the train and going to the pub. Josh, you know that. We've been to a few together. King Charles is part of the reason no one likes Charles the Loco. Good grief. Sleeper running is down. Oh, okay. Train is environmentally worse with just a few people. Actually, yeah, fair point. I suppose it's only for a couple of people, isn't it? I didn't even think of that. Yes, you're right, John. You're right. A lot of people go to the Pakenham pub waiting for the snow train. Fair. So Foster's asked, am I planning on doing a Journey Beyond Rail journey? Yes. I haven't booked anything. I thought about doing maybe Great Southern as a single rider because I can kind of just afford it. Maybe, but I don't think I can. I don't know. It's pretty close, but I haven't quite been able to justify it to myself yet. I think I'll do the Overland. I guess that counts. I've never been on the Overland as it is currently. I've only been on Overland carriages on heritage tours. I think that's what I will do, and I guess that counts. It's not, the luxury train, but it's close-ish. And I wouldn't mind seeing what they're going to do with that Southern Aurora set now, with the vintage rail journey aspect. I'm curious. That's got my curiosity. But yeah, as for Journey Beyond, I'd love to do it. I'd love to do the IP and the GAN, and obviously Great Southern, but obviously the cost for that. I mean, yeah, I guess the way I look at it, the cost for that is more than a flight overseas, or a month off work, or to do other things. And I guess that's them's the breaks. Is sheer cost of those journeys. Like, yeah, I mean, I watch all the videos, I watch all these other people go on it, and I'm very envious. Very keen to do it one day. Jokes have started already that Belmont, a Royal Train experience. One car is supposed to go the NRM. Yeah, I mean, the NRM's already got some of the old Royal carriages. I can't see why they wouldn't get, like, the last of them. Wandong's pretty good. Oh, sorry, Marty's Train Shed. G'day, Will. Thanks for the shout in last vid. Thanks, Marty. Thanks for reaching out. Always happy to help out where I can. Railway Hotel in Brunswick was always great. Great live bands as well. Sure is. It's not a bad pub. Alan Armstrong, Northeast Pub Call. I'm in. I thought about that today, actually, when I was at work. It says a lot about how good my day was. Oops. Yeah, I'll be up for that. Gan round trip to LA, Darwin back easily costs over 5K. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's wild. But I know, people of our age aren't the demographic for it. I suppose that's the other thing. Hopefully that sets. All right. While that's set, so I can put the coping on. I was on the first Flying Scotsman trip when it was in Australia, returned from sea. That would have been fantastic, Gavin. Yeah. Do I prefer the A's or the B's? Yeah, A's. Big fan of the A's. I mean, they sound fantastic. Aggressive horns. Hear the turbo. Yeah. They scream power. Love the A's. Yeah. Over the B's, if I have to pick. Oops, round the wrong way. Okie doke. Alright, that's the chimney. Where does this actually go? On this side. Oh, there's a little hole for it. Wonderful. I've accidentally got a little bit of glue on my fingers and it's peeled off some of the paint. Oh, not the paint, the cardboard stuff. But I can put some bits over it. All right, am I done yet? Not yet. I've done the chimney. I'm going to glue the chimney on. Then I only have to do the finishing touches, which is the front wall. I will stop dilly-dallying and get it happening. I will have to put the plants on maybe by myself later on, and I will put up a picture online of it all done when it all dries off. All right. Finishing touches, strengthener. Been working on the jumbos all afternoon, not my best. It's all good. Oops. Strengthener. Probably should put this on the base. I only took 6 hours. Yeah, wow. Whoops. Strengthener. Guys, let's test it. So who is planning on coming to the Showgrounds exhibition? Just while I have a look at this. On the 2nd and 3rd of August. Oh, really? What is my favorite V-line operated line? That's a good question. Favorite V-line operated line? I mean, Warrnambool's nice. I like that bit where you come over and you got the ocean. Never been to Swan Hill on the train. No, I'll go with Warrnambool. That's a nice choice. Need to go to the decent bakeries. Pyramid Hill. Oh, yeah. The Warrigal pub involved with the SVR members train is now closed for business. Oh, jeez. I knew it was a big day. Didn't know he did them that bad. That was a nice pub. That's odd that it's closed. Cool. Are we there with Fremo 9? That you will, Jordan. Thank you. We appreciate that. So now I've got to glue the outer wall to the inner wall. Oh, awesome. Lots of you going. Try to see you there on Sunday, Gav. I'll be there. Sharky will be there. Of course you will. Of course you will. Bring my little sister to be a train nerd. Oh, that's awesome. Fill up a bit. Showgrounds, cool. Nice. Alright. What line would I electrify if I could? Do the whole network. Do all the main lines like Geelong, Ballarat, Warn Ponds actually, Seymour, Bendigo. Just do the Traralgon. Just bring that back. Do the whole lot. It all should have been done years ago. We were so progressive at one point with all the electrification stuff, and then it all just disappeared. Yeah. Victorian Railways, Josh Watson, g'day. G'day, everyone. Do I know where the members train's going this year? No, I don't. Dylan's looking at coming over this year for the show. Excellent. Hopefully we see you there. Fremo 9, absolutely. Can't wait for Fremo 9. Thank you. Can't wait either. Second-hand store at the showgrounds might cop a beating. More than likely, there's a lot of stuff in there. Oh, Pat's coming over with Gresham. Awesome. Can't miss saying hi, one of my favourite YouTubers. Thank you so much. Morwell. Yeah. Am I going to the Shepparton show? No, unfortunately, I'm not, Josh. I'll be away that time for Shep. Yeah, we're nearly done. When's the Fremo 9 convention? Oh, I mean, that's the goal, isn't it? Members train potentially going somewhere new. Yeah, Manangatang. Let's go to Manangatang. Standard gauge tour. No. I'm easy. I don't care where the Steam Rail members train goes. I will be there. Can't miss it. It's the best. What's happened here? Members potentially going something. All right. Imagine if the 4D train worked. Melbourne with double-decker trains. I mean, I remember the 4D. Maybe I'm showing my age. Yeah, it is a shame that didn't work out. It would have been fantastic if we had that. Even just having the 4D in preservation would have been sweet, but not to be. All right. We are going to call this in a second. Oh, when's the next Fremo 9 convention? The next one is obviously AMRA for the showgrounds, like as a display, and then we'll work on when the next meetup will be. No date set. Will Hearns Hobbies have a stand at the show in August? No, they won't. They're not quite up to that yet. Maybe in the future they'll come to exhibitions. I can't really speak on their behalf about that. Like they did the model convention. That's not what it's called. The excuse me. The model convention. A couple of weeks ago. So yeah, they're more for that than that, and like they do a lot of RC, but maybe eventually. I'm going to go out from Box Hill. Remember the group that tried to preserve... I don't actually remember a group trying to preserve the 4D. I just remember it getting scrapped. Maybe I just didn't know about it. I don't know. All right, with that, the building is done. The building is all done. It is complete-ish. I'm going to do a couple of extra bits on this because it is now 10 past 10 and I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to add... Where did I put it? Some Green Stuff World hedges and stuff because I can definitely see some issues with this, mainly because I've been talking to a camera for the entire time of building it. So I'm going to use that to hide a few flaws, and I'm going to try and get the guttering and coping from, I think Will's kits do it, and put that on it instead. But I will do that in my own time, and maybe we'll do something else next time. And by next time, I mean maybe next week. Like, I'm pretty open, once again, to doing this as frequently as once a week, depending on time. So, yeah, thank you all so much for coming along again. I can see you are still chatting away in here. 6 hours and 10 minutes to finish a kit. Don't get me wrong, the first hour of like both of them has just been me just doing nothing but talking. Look, I'm happy to get another kit next week and put it together and give you an update on where I get with this, depending on everything else. So, yeah, pretty easy. Thank you all so much for staying up nice and late with me. I am at Hearns Hobbies tomorrow from 10 till 5. If you want to come in, if you want to grab anything, tell me you've seen the channel, you've seen the live stream, anything like that. I can make you an account. You can get a membership, which will get you a discount on everything, and going forward it will continue to get a discount. The other one is we will plug the AMRA exhibition on the 2nd and 3rd of August. I hope to see lots of you there. Obviously there will be more streams, hopefully, between then and there. And yeah, it's been pretty good. I'd like to see a kit. Oh, you're all saying thank you. What? Good grief. Everyone's still going. I can't believe you're all still in the chat. Awesome. Look, I will wrap it up there. Thank you all so much for watching. I can't believe you're all still here. And thank you to everyone who donated. You really didn't have to. I really appreciate it. It's made me bloody chuffed. Yeah, you all make this all very worthwhile, and I appreciate you all so much. Anyway, I'll see you all soon. Have a fantastic, safe weekend. Hooroo.